It's a little bit different, a little more interesting than what we're used to. So I'm really excited to see how the teams manage to make things happen. Getting a nice view of the Boise State arena so far. Lovely place, especially as we wait for the games to get started. Of course, it's always going to take a few minutes for everything to get set up, everyone to get in their proper places, and we are never without the technical difficulties. So frankly, I wouldn't really be surprised if something ends up going down, but as we get closer to the Christmas season, we always got to hope for some miracles left and right. So hopefully tonight we don't really have to face too many of those, because usually that'd be pretty unfortunate. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on. I love seeing some Valorant. I am usually more of an Overwatch or Super Smash Bros. Nerd personally, but I always love to see some of this too. Tactical shooters are way different due to how much thinking you got to do ahead of time. But as we get started here, we see both teams firing at each other right now. We're getting a nice look at Kayagi right now. Getting a move on here, making sure they stay pretty close to this point. Got to make sure that you're defending every single possible territory here as best as you possibly can. Covering different corners as CCNY decides to start moving in. Ian was able to get a good hit onto Eudaimonia over here, and then decides to go around and look for anyone trying to flank them right now. Fortunately, it does not seem like there is anybody, but it is still good that he is covering that angle as best as he possibly can. We see Snake planting the spike right now as we have about 50 seconds left. Now he's ready to go out here and make sure that nothing bad goes wrong. Ian is able to get a kill onto Snack, but is taken down by RetroZune right afterwards. But Kayagi is able to get that kill and is now starting to defuse the spike. And there's nobody left on CCNY, so it seems like Boise State Blue might be taking this round for themselves.
Not your day, is it?
CCNY had managed to get 2 points while we were waiting for everything to get set up, but now Boise State is making a little bit of a comeback here.
Punish them.
We see Boise State going into, or both teams going into the buy phase right now. Especially in ranked modes, the economy is so very crucial, making sure you have all the proper abilities you need, communicating with your team what abilities are necessary, making sure everyone has a gun, everything like that. So much communication is involved in so many of these different shooter games, and it is especially important in tactical shooters, as we are seeing right now, as different team members buy different guns and abilities to get ready. We see in terms of ultimates, only Ian and Panda on each team, Boise State and CCNY respectively, have ultimates at the ready, but the rest of them could be starting to get things settled. We see Royals was able to get the first blood onto CCNY, giving them a slight advantage. A lot of them are choosing to defend A, except for Ian, who's choosing to defend B and C on his own. It seems they're pretty confident that that tripwire on C, as well as the other trap they have set up, will be all they need to make sure that nobody even gets close, and if they do, they will be ready for it. We see Fyra pushing in right now, trying to get some fire onto RetroZune, but RetroZune had slightly better aim, taking down Fyra, putting them on an even playing field here. Both of the ultimate people are currently at the ready. We see Kayagi got a great headshot onto RetroZune, getting the revenge, and now putting Boise State at a slight advantage. CCNY is having a pretty tough time moving forward. We see them in that mini-map, still pretty close to their spawn point. They're trying to decide what to do, as a lot of Boise State Blue is putting a lot of pressure onto them. We see Kayagi peeking this corner, not getting much movement in, because the more you move, the less your aim is going, the worse your aim is going to be. But he wants to make sure he won't get popped immediately. We see him putting out the knife to get a little bit of a move on as they move on to point B. We see Ian doing his best to defend, but Panda was able to take down Ian. KOS was able to take down Panda, but immediately after got a kill onto Snank here, who even got a double kill of their own. Currently, Royals is the only one left on Boise State Blue, and we see him pushing forward ever so carefully as the other two CCNY members are trying to hunt him down. Oh, great headshot onto Snack. There's only one team member left, and we see him preparing to get that spike defused, but unfortunately, Eudaimonia was able to discern the sound of him shooting into the wall, and was able to use that in order to get that last kill. So that is another point to CCNY. We get back here into the buy phase. Boise State Blue is at a slight disadvantage here. They're doing great there at the start of the round, but the moment CCNY got comfortable and confident enough to push onto that point, they managed to get a lot of kills in pretty quick succession. We see now Royals and Eudaimonia have their ultimates. None were used in the last round. And more ultimates continue to get built up, with most of CCNY's ultimates being very close, and a few of Boise State's Blues on the way right behind. Only a couple kills would be required in order to get that built up. And Fyra, speaking of kills, gets taken down pretty early on into the game. Snank got a double kill, but immediately afterwards got taken down by Ian, who's been a very good player, but unfortunately just got eliminated himself.
Spike planted.
You see Panda was able to plant the spike there pretty efficiently. Now Boise State is at a current hero disadvantage, being at only 2 versus CCNY's 4. They got to play this pretty smartly. We see Royals trying to do exactly that, making able to take down Eudaimonia. But immediately afterwards, Royals and KOS got taken down on a double kill of their own. Boise State is now down 3 points, as CCNY currently has 4 of their ultimates at the ready. They have not even felt like they need to use any of their ultimates, but it seems we have a timeout starting here pretty soon. We see a lot of good gameplay from Boise State, but they are at a slight disadvantage. A lot of Valorant really requires patience and being prepared for anything that the enemy team can throw at you, and it seems like Boise State might be struggling with that just a little bit, considering how well the entirety of CCNY was able to use their abilities to their advantage, and just having, in general, good aim, because as we've seen plenty of times, the player who just has the better aim and has the better reaction time to take that first and only headshot most of the time is really what sets off a lot of those kills. So we've seen that Boise State was able to get a lot of those, but might be lacking a little bit in that ability department. So hopefully in these upcoming rounds, they still have lots of time here to work with. They are able to make a bit of a different plan, a bit of a different strategy in order to properly move forward and hopefully take some points of their own, because only having 1 point isn't looking great right now. But like I said, there is still a lot of time left to work with. So hopefully for Boise State Blues' sake, they are able to make that change happen here pretty soon, because they might have time to work with, but that doesn't mean they have forever. So if they can get on that pretty quickly, given the timeout, they probably have a lot of time here to talk amongst themselves, talk about what they're doing wrong. Learning from their mistakes is so crucial. So given the fact that they now do have this time, I imagine they're going to use what they've seen CCNY pull out against them, and hopefully that change in strategy will get them further into this game. I gotta always be rooting for Boise State, given it is our team. I am here in the Boise State arena. I love all of our teams, no matter what game it is. And it's now going into Valorant. Hopefully they're able to prove themselves, but if not, there's nothing wrong with that. We know that both of these teams are very, very proficient when it comes to Valorant, and there's been a lot of very effective gameplay here so far in the short amount of time that this Valorant game has been going on. So I could see this going both ways. We are still in the timeout, just waiting to see what goes happen, but it seems I was wrong, as we are already into the next round here. We see Ian trying to get some shots, but currently his vision is blocked right now. But Panda is currently was attempting to plant the spike, but has been struggling a little bit, especially with the pressure given by Ian.
Spike planted.
We see that Fyra is trying to get up in there, but is now struggling given the more difficult line of sight, and multiple kills have been traded. So many people on each side, 2 on Boise State Blue and 2 from CCNY have gone down. But Snake managed to flank Royals and take him down. KOS took down RetroZoom. Ian got a kill. KOS got another one, but Snake has been an absolute menace, able to take down the final of the Boise State Blue players, and now CCNY is up to 5 points. We get an overview of Snank, who has been a real dangerous character. We see both him and Eudaimonia have gotten 7 kills respectively. The only one higher than that is Ian, who is on the opposite team, Boise State Blue. But overall, a lot of the teams are playing relatively efficiently. We see somebody like Fyra might not have as many kills, but we still do have to notice assists are still important. And having, not every character is built for kills. A lot of them, there are the 4 different roles, and each of them are built for different things. So it's important to keep that in mind before judging people based off of their KDA. We see Snank slowly but surely pushing forward. And we get a nice view of KOS, who is able to take down a turret there. And unfortunately not had to take much damage here. The armor is still completely intact, so everything is okay for him right now, given that he does still have that ultimate at the ready. Now get a view of Ian, who is right there next to Snank. Both of them are waiting patiently to see. Snank is looking carefully to see if anyone's there, and was not ready for Ian, who got the kill onto Snank, one of the most dangerous characters of CCNY. That'll put Boise State at a slight advantage, but unfortunately Eudaimonia, another one of CCNY's good players, was taking down Boise State's best. And then Panda was able to get a kill, onto KOS. Fyra fell right afterwards as well. Kayagi going up against Eudaimonia. And unfortunately, Royals was able to get that kill while they were not paying attention, but RetroZoom getting a great shot onto Kayagi. The spike has been planted, and Royals is the only one left. They have to take down all three of CCNY's players and defuse the spike, but it was not enough as RetroZoom continues to get these kills. So many of CCNY's players have some fantastic aim, and that is making things extremely difficult for Boise State Blue. Get a nice view as a lot of the ultimates are at the ready. Ian was able to use his ultimate at one point. It seems like RetroZoom and 1917 were able to do that themselves as well, but now everyone else is at the ready. There are 7 ultimates, so that means a lot could go down in this next round. It all depends on whether they decide it is a good time to deploy an ultimate or not. We'll be seeing if they decide to end up doing that right here. We see that off to a good start. Fire was able to take down RetroZoom, who was a pretty dangerous menace for Boise State in the past round, but Kayagi and Fyra both got taken down by Eudaimonia and 1917 respectively. But KOS was able to take down Eudaimonia right afterwards. We see KOS teleporting across that open space, trying to flank them, catch them off guard, but it was not enough as Panda was able to get the kill. And currently Royals is the only one left. It seems like Royals is playing a lot in the backline, meaning that he's able to stay alive quite a lot. But 1917, who was creeping around, got taken down by a headshot. Royals is not aware that somebody is on the left side ready for him. It's Snank, and Snank got that kill onto Royals, giving once again another point to CCNY. Boise State is really struggling right now, 6 points down. Eudaimonia and was able to use that ultimate in the last round. Fyra did too, able to get that first initial kill, but it was not enough. As now Boise State is still at an ultimate advantage, but even then, having that, it doesn't seem to be working as well as they might be hoping for. Getting started here as the clock ticks down into the next round. Boise State still defending and trying to be ready for CCNY as they continue to push forward. We get a nice view, but Royals got blinded there. Fortunately, he's able to stay alive and hide behind that wall before anything bad went down. Got blinded again. Royals is really struggling up here against the crowd control that's being put onto him, but fortunately for him, KOS was able to get a double kill, putting CCNY at a slight disadvantage now. Currently, CCNY still does have the spike, and it's going to continue to try and push forward. It seems like they might be either going for B or C. They have not tried for C very much, given the fact that Boise State always has those traps at the ready. You see KOS moving around place to place, going on to this other point here as him and Ian are ready, but RetroZoom managed to get a great shot through the smoke there as Panda was able to sit back and start planting the spike. We see both teams now have 3 players remaining. KOS is trying to find anybody. There's not currently anybody directly nearby, but he's still pushing forward, still sneaking around just in case. Panda is through the smoke and can be absolutely ready, but Snank was able to take down Royals, and Panda, who was at ready behind the smoke, took down Kayagi. And finally, RetroZoom got the kill onto KOS, each member of CCNY getting their own respective elimination, bringing them up now to 8 points. Currently, KOS and Royals still both have their ultimates ready, with Snank being the only one on CCNY who has theirs ready, but Snank could do a lot with that ultimate, considering they have been such a dangerous character. We see Boise State preparing in as the clock ticks down once again, as most of CCNY seems to be pushing pretty heavily on A point, both from far and near directions. We see that Ian was forced to get pushed back so that way they don't take too much heavy fire, as a lot of the rest of the team goes around to give them support. We see KOS is able to take down Snank before that ultimate got dropped, making things a lot easier. Now Killjoy is a sentinel, so that wouldn't mean a lot for these getting into these fights like a few of the other roles might be, but even then it's still pretty tough to go up against. See Kayagi got taken down by Eudaimonia. Currently, they're now both on an even playing field. We see Fyra trading guns here as Eudaimonia is able to take down Royals, but KOS got a kill onto Eudaimonia, and then back and forth, 1917 got a kill, got killed, and then there's a lot of eliminations being traded here. We see both teams only have 2 people left, and immediately got KOS is able to take down Panda, but Ian got eliminated. It's all up to KOS, but just barely. RetroZoom was able to clutch there. And even then, even if they were able to take down Retro Zune, the timer on that spike was getting very, very low. So it would have been a very, very close defuse on Boise State. We see Boise State is able to build up some of their ultimates, as well as CCNY. Eudaimonia and Retro Zune, most people, or basically everybody on CCNY is getting a lot of these eliminations pretty efficiently. And not too many of them are lagging behind, and not too many of them are going far ahead. See Kayagi and Fyra struggling just a little bit with kills, but they're still contributing to their team in their own way. We see Fyra trying to make sure that nobody around the corner is ready for Eudaimonia. Was not able to get the kill, but rushes in, tries to take him out, but got taken down by Panda, who immediately afterwards eliminated Kayagi. Royals was able to get a good kill, but got taken down right afterwards by Panda. Panda has been such a dangerous character, almost always wielding that spike.
Spike planted.
Seems like CCNY has quite a lot of trust for Panda, and that trust is well placed.
Last player
kills he's been able
standing.
to get. We see Ian going down. It's now all up to KOS. KOS will playing as Omen would be a great character when it comes to just getting in there and disorienting the enemy team. He tries his best, but unfortunately was not able to get it, as 1917 got the kill right after he was able to take down
Last round before
Panda.
the switch.
We hear the commentators saying it. We are on the last round before the switch. Boise State has one last chance here to defend before they are pushing to attacking. And considering how well CCNY has been doing on attacking, hopefully for Boise State's sake, the switch between sides will make things marginally easier for them. But we have yet to find out, as we are still in this first round. We see them split up quite easily.
Cover going out. Here.
KOS putting up the smoke right there, making sure nobody can get through comfortably. But Fyra was able to eliminate Snank, but right after we got taken down by Retrozine, we see a lot of them pairing or tripling up, making things very difficult, because it's one thing to get one kill, but to get another one right afterwards for on the enemy team who is completely ready for you is very, very difficult. You see Ian got flashed there as Retrozone attempts to push forward. He still has that tripwire up and ready, though, just in case they decide to get comfortable and push through. They're taking their time, but that being patient is working very well for them, as Royals also goes down. 1917 planting the spike.
Nowhere to run!
Spike planted.
See the ultimate getting unleashed right there, trying to get any kills, but both KOS and Ian had proper reaction time and were able to evade it properly. Recon Vault got put onto Ian, and what allowed Panda to eliminate him right afterwards. We see Panda's been doing a great job in managing to just tell the entirety of the team where to go. KOS got blinded and did their best to just spray and pray, but unfortunately did not work well in their favor. 1917 was able to get a very good double kill onto Boise State. As we switch sides, finally Boise State is now able to attack. We see Kayagi deciding to pick up the spike as CCNY starts the preparations for defense. Having somebody like Breach, who is an initiator, having that spike might be helpful, because just being able to jump in there and just cause that chaos that you need would really be good. And then right afterwards you can start planting it, because the sooner you plant it, the better. The time's going to stop ticking down overall, and the timer for that spike will start going. And the more time you have to, the less time that the enemy team has to defuse that spike, the better. Things are getting started here as KOS tries to get a good look around multiple different angles here. See the drone being pushed forward, trying to get a nice view onto any of CCNY's players who might be hiding around. Fyra is not aware of the fact that there are two people there at the ready. Panda was able to take him down with the silenced pistol. And we see Kayagi running around with that knife out, just trying to make a move as fast as possible. Currently, he only has that flashpoint at the ready. Good to blind people, and he's able to get it out there, trying to get anyone with it, but was not able to find any picks, especially given the fact that Snank was able to take down Ian, but fortunately he was able to take her down right afterwards. The Retrozoom was able to take down Royals. KOS got a nice shot onto 1917, but once again, the fact that a lot of CCNY is pairing up is making things marginally easier for them. And there we see Panda was able to take down Kayagi as well. They put up a good fight there, got Panda very, very low. But unfortunately, it was not enough as CCNY is able to successfully defuse the spike without too much difficulty.
Match point.
And now going on into match point. Boise State is very, very far behind. This would have to be a perfect game of Valorant for here on out if Boise State wants to win this. They have 12 rounds they need to win in order to make this work for them. So they are very, very far behind, but they still do have a slight chance to make this work in their favor. So they have to play this as perfectly as possible. See, once again, Kayagi has the spike. Seems like both teams are pretty confident that having one specific person wielding the spike is the best move. See, Eudaimonia trying to shoot past the smoke there, was not able to find any good picks. You see them creeping forward as most of Boise State is choosing to stay together. See them pushing on to point B. Fire getting stunned there for a second, jumping out to get a good view and was got shot a few times, but was not able to get taken down. Especially as Fire and Royals worked very well together to take down Eudaimonia in 1917. Snank is the only one causing trouble anymore, being able to take down Kayagi. Now KOS goes down too. They're still at a hero advantage right now, but Fyra and Ian are both very low. We see RetroZoon, the other person left, is able to start defusing the bomb. But Fyra is able to take down Snank. There's only one person left, but currently it's a 1v1 right now. You see RetroZoon is there, right over there, trying to be ready to take down that spike. And we see Royals there getting a nice view, is able to get over there, and is probably going to get a good shot onto him, but was not enough as RetroZoon had the better reaction time and very close. RetroZoon was able to clutch it and take the game for themselves. 1-13. Boise State versus CCNY. Great plays from Boise State, but it was not nearly enough up against the very impressive prowess and knowledge, cohesion, communication, anything that you could say. CCNY just seemed to be at a little bit of an advantage there. Boise State was able to get that first point in the third round, but since then they just could not get past how efficiently CCNY was able to play. So it is an unfortunate loss for our team, but I still have to say they did a fantastic job. I love seeing these players play tactical shooters because it requires so much thinking both prior to starting the game as well as in the middle of it. And given the fact there's so many different rounds, you have to make those preparations each and every single time. Valorant can go on for a very long time, which can be very tiring, very exhausting. But CCNY was able to take down the Boise State Blue before they got a little too far into that match. So fortunately, neither team had to deal with that extensive game exhaustion. But it is still very unfortunate Boise State did struggle so much going up against CCNY. Now we just have to see what is coming next as Valorant continues to go on. We have a lot of stuff coming up here soon, and I'm very curious, or not curious, but I always love seeing how different teams do play very differently. Because we saw a lot of Boise State was playing very carefully, regardless of if they were on attacking or defending sides, while CCNY was a lot more aggressive, pushing forward, trying to get those kills as soon as they possibly could, and that worked pretty well up against Boise State's plan. Just knowing what to go up against there and how to combat it seemed to be what really helped CCNY push forward even then. Because just combating that strategy that the enemy team has and having that enemy team not be able to work to a different strategy really seemed to be what drove CCNY to winning there. Of course, there's so many other factors that went into it, like I imagine the comms were very specific, having call-outs, making sure people know exactly where to go at what time, who's around. But definitely combating that strategy that Boise State had was a very, very efficient and impressive play style that ended up getting them that game. I'm hoping for Boise State's sake, for my favorite team's sake, that they are able to make a comeback next time around, because of course this isn't the last time they will be playing Valorant. We are getting close here to the end of the semester, but of course we still have an entire other one after that, so there's still a lot of esports happening. There's so many different games going on. We have Overwatch 2, Super Smash Bros, Valorant, Rocket League, so many great things, and a lot of our teams are succeeding a lot in a lot of the other games. So it is very, very exciting to see how well they are able to play overall, even if they might have struggled a little bit in this game specifically. But I can't really blame them, because seeing how well CCNY was able to play a lot of that time was kind of scary. I'm gonna be honest. They had so many different strategies at the ready, so many things prepared to just take down Boise State without a second thought. Like, somebody would go down, Ian or Royal or Fyra would just be peeking a corner, and immediately afterwards, even if they were moving, somebody on CCNY would just be there at the ready at all times to take them down. You see the picks and the bans, Pearl and Ascent, Split and Lotus, they all got banned, but we saw Haven and Bind here. We still have one slot open right now. Blank, not really sure what it is just yet. We did just see Haven. Haven's a great map. We saw a lot of those different... we saw every single one of those different vantage points being taken advantage of. So much high ground being utilized to the best of its ability. There's the different hallways, different routes that they could take. Basically everything was being covered, and I think that's what really sets apart Valorant from a lot of other games. That being a tactical shooter is you just have to cover every single one of your bases, versus something like Overwatch, where it's a lot of just you run in and you just execute a certain strategy. Valorant is, whether you're attacking or defending, you got to make sure that every single possible thing is working well in your favor, because if any one of those little things collapses, then the entire strategy could collapse right afterwards. A nice look here at the Boise State Arena, the empty chair right next to me. Something went wrong, somebody disappeared. Doesn't really matter what happened. What does matter is we are still able to host a great game of Valorant tonight as things continue to go on. And I am very happy to be here, and I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far, even if Boise State did suffer a pretty big loss in that last game. I still loved seeing the kind of strategies each team played, and I'm very curious to see if Boise is going to continue their slow, careful approach, or if they're going to look at what happened from CCNY's standpoint and use that against them, because being able to counterattack in what strategies that the enemy team is bringing out is what really sets CCNY apart. So hopefully Boise State is able to do that, something like that of their own, because I imagine that would give them a pretty good upper hand, because a lot of it just boils down to surprise. There's so much surprise, not taking fair fights, so many things like that in Valorant. There's a reason that we see so many of the players just hiding around corners, just having their aim trained at one specific spot, the exact measurement, the exact pixels where an enemy team member will be walking and where their head is. They just have their cursor aimed in that exact spot. They're not even moving, and they're doing that because they're patient and they know that catching them off guard will be exactly what they need to do. It doesn't always work, but it definitely does most of the time. If they see somebody, if they know somebody's slowly sneaking around the corner, they just need to wait for the exact moment that that player eventually does come into the line of sight. They just have to click, and then immediately that player is gone. That is also something that really sets apart Valorant, is the extremely low health pools in comparison to a lot of other shooter games out there, given the fact that just one good shot from most guns is an immediate takedown, whether it be from the snipers or the assault rifles, even a few of the pistols as well. Just being able to take that first shot can almost always just means winning that little skirmish there between just 2 or 3, 4 of the players. We see a few of our team members here in the back, Royal and KOS. Still have to give props to a lot of our team for playing very well tonight, even though CCNY really put up a very, very difficult fight. Not being able to combat that is just something that I can't really blame them for not being able to do. Once again, just given the marginally... their tactics of just such high pressure seemed to work very, very well for them, especially given the agents they had chosen. Their abilities to choose the right agents and knowing exactly how they worked well together also definitely gave them that win, because having that communication and cohesion within the team composition really helps, because having the 4 different roles, they each play into their own little strategies. We have initiators who just get up in there, try and catch the team off guard, duelists who just go around trying to get those picks here and there. And then the Sentinels, just making sure that everything goes well in their favor, and controllers, just making sure that the enemy team can't really keep their surprise going. We see as we go on into the next round, both teams picking their characters. We see Ian sticking with their pick from last time. Sometimes having those comfort picks isn't really something you can blame them for. And they have been playing very, very well as Cypher, having that Sentinel, just making sure that they can keep track of everyone on the enemy team as best as they possibly can. And I can definitely see how well he was able to use that. There was a lot of just a lot of the comms just telling people where to go, who's around, what to be prepared for. Cypher is very, very good at that. Getting a nice view of the next map here. A little more rugged in the desert canyon. But I'm sure that the players won't mind as long as they're very familiar with the map and they know exactly where to go and what to do. Getting a nice view here of CCNY. And now Boise State, who is starting with attacking this time around, switching things up just a little bit. See the buy phase starting as we get things prepared here. We see both teams running around, just messing around before the game starts, making sure they pick their pistols. You're not really going to be able to forward much here in the first round, but they still have a lot here they can work with. And here we go, starting the first round here in Bind. Things getting started here. We see KOS switching over to a new character. We see a lot of the team, both teams have decided to switch things up, with Ian being one of the few people who hasn't decided to switch their current character. We see KOS switching over to a Brimstone, having a controller right there who can always just give those orbital supports is going to be very helpful. Making sure that everyone's always prepared, having those smoke clouds, the grenades, incendiary grenades, the stims. So much of those things can work very well together. And we see him going with Ian as a Sentinel there, having both of these characters work well once they have a point lockdown and keeping it. But finally here we get the action started as that smoke screen gets built up and KOS drops down that stim. See him pushing forward, trying to find a good kill and able to get a headshot onto RetroZune. Ian immediately afterwards getting a kill onto 1917. We're up to a great start here as they're able to take down two of CCNY's people. See KOS getting another good shot onto Panda. They're off to a fantastic start here.
One enemy remaining.
We see Fire able to take down Eudaimonia. Only one person left, that being Snank, who has been such a dangerous character. Snank was able to take down Fyra, which still has 4 people to go up against, especially considering they have to take down all 4 of them and defuse the spike. They do not have very much time left to work with. You see so many of those bases being covered. Snank needs to act right now if they want time to do anything. They're able to take down Royals with a headshot with the silenced pistol. And they're trying to get any good shots left. They're running very, very low in tape, able to take down Kayagi, but KOS is at the ready and able to get the headshot. Ian getting that kill onto Snank, allowing Boise State to get the first point here in this second game. We move on to the second round. People are now able to afford heavy armor, more abilities, better guns, anything like that. Second round is where things start to get slightly more interesting. We see Snank and Eudaimonia running with the Sheriffs, as well as Panda. Having a big, hefty revolver like that to just take down one person with one headshot is very good, especially considering that it's cheaper than a lot of the rifles, snipers, anything like that. See the second round here starting. See the bird getting thrown out onto KOS, who is now just prepared there, looking past the wall and the smoke bubble here, trying to see if they can get anyone. We see 1917 and RetroZune both over there, but they're both choosing to retreat instead of continue to push forward, allowing KOS to push forward on his own. Seeing Ian backing him up from behind as the rest of the team pushes around on the right side instead, choosing to start pushing towards A.
Time to hunt.
See Fyra trying to push forward, but got taken down immediately afterwards. That was some great reaction time there from CCNY. Farah's got that Phantom at the ready. Having something that can just dish out that damage from good distance is going to be so crucial here. Looking through the smoke, seeing if anyone's there, but it realizes that there was nobody there hiding behind that smoke. KOS is pushing forward very slowly right now, trying to take down, trying to find anybody that they could possibly shoot at. But most of CCNY is waiting very patiently. Oh, and a great shot from KOS onto Eudaimonia.
30 seconds left.
Putting CCNY without one of their characters there.
Smoke's down.
KOS delivering a smoke.
One
Royals able to
enemy
get a kill in
remaining.
1917. And
Flawless.
wow, the rest of the team just felt like dominoes. A flawless win there from Boise State. Boise State is off to a great start this time around. They changed up something, not sure what, but it is working very, very well for them. Now running at 2 points. Kayagi given the spike once again, being the designated spike carrier. Having somebody who is trained to be the person to control that specific, well, the main point of the main win condition here versus just taking down every enemy player. Having somebody who's trained and knows exactly what to do with it is going to work. It's going to be very, very good for them. KOS once again in the same predicament as last time with the smoke screen and the wall up. Looking for anybody to take down, but once again, 1917 and RetroZone are retreating. We're seeing an almost direct repeat of last game with only a few slight adjustments. We see Royals pushing forward, shooting a couple shots at the wall, trying to see if anybody was there, but that smoke wall got brought up right afterwards. See, Royal has almost all of those abilities at the ready. Playing as Rays, a lot of those things can just dish out a lot of good damage. Those grenades, the boom bot, so many of those things, they just rush in there, dish out that damage as quick as possible. Haven't had a chance to do that just yet. We see Fyra pushing forward here with almost the entire rest of the team. Rays being the only one left away from it. Kayagi started planting, could not finish it, but KOS was able to get a good pick onto Panda.
Cage triggered.
See Ian hiding behind the wall, trying to get any good picks, but not able to find anything just yet.
30 seconds left.
KOS now wielding the spike. Trying to find a good time to start planting it, but is struggling given the immense amount of pressure CCNY is placing on them. See Kayagi hiding back here, trying not to get taken down, and Royals got hit through the wall there, a very unfortunate demise. Kayagi was able to spray around the wall there and get an elimination, but he got taken down right afterwards by Snap. Currently, there are only 2 of Boise State's players left, that being Ian and Fyra, but Fyra was able to take down Snack, but unfortunately, RetroZone got a double onto both Ian and Fyra, and now they just have to defuse the spike, but they have plenty of time left here to work with. 1917 is able to fully defuse the spike, allowing CCNY to get the first point of this game.
Well,
we finally have my lovely co-caster here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Dallin. I am here, and I am very excited for this game of CCNY versus Boise State Blue. Just like, you know, I mean, that patch came out today. You know, things are feeling a little bit fresh. You know, it's good to come back to this game after a little bit.
All kinds of new stuff could be going down, and it could really throw off both teams, just given the fact that they might not know exactly how to combat the new patches.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I'm sure you've already established Regen Shield is the big thing right now. You know, it essentially works as a small shield, but you can use it up to like 3 times in one round, I believe, depending on if you actually manage to take some damage and have it regenerate.
Yeah, it's good to take advantage of those newer things, so they're not usually as balanced. And as we get started here, 1 kill's been traded onto each side. Fyra getting a great shot onto RetroZone there. The rest of both teams are playing things pretty carefully there, given the smoke as well. They do not feel like they can push forward just yet. It goes down, they get a nice view, but immediately afterwards gets blocked. We see Royals getting blocked. Currently they have the grenades at the ready, but are not quite close enough or comfortable enough with the fact that anybody is nearby to throw them out just yet.
Well, we see on the A site, Cypher's kind of clearing out the area, making sure that maybe, just maybe, he can get the clearance off for the rest of the Boise State Blue team to head over.
Yeah,
is able to loop all the way to CT.
Oh, this is a dangerous play right
Fade
here.
none the wiser.
Oh, and a great shot there onto Snap.
And that's going to be the call. The rest of Boise State's going to be heading all the way over through the TP.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left on the
Cage
clock.
triggered.
They need to get that spike planted very soon, but considering they have almost the entirety of A to themselves, we see Kayagi is able to get a lot of that, work with a lot of time here and able to get the spike successfully planted before the rest of CCNY is able to make their way over.
Yeah, this position from Cypher here is just going to be very dominant. And
oh, but it didn't even seem to do much as Eudaimonia pulled up right behind and got the headshot. Ian was able to take down Snake very, very effectively, but got a taste of his own medicine right afterwards. Fire going for the kill, but was not able to take him down, and Kayagi got eliminated right afterwards, and they start defusing the spike. Nobody to stop them. We see Eudaimonia was able to successfully defuse the spike, now putting things 2-2.
Oof. Well, I mean, I, for one, appreciate Ian's absolute just push all the way up into CT without anyone noticing until it was a little bit too late. I mean, when you're in a situation like that, you have the opportunity to kind of sit back and wait for them to, you know, make that play. But, you know, also, holding Heaven is a really strong position to have. It just ended up not working out in his favor.
Well, I mean, it didn't work out for either team, given CCNY was holding it at first, but then right afterwards, Ian took it, but then CCNY took it right back right afterwards.
That's true.
A lot of this is so back and forth, and we're seeing that especially in this round. Not quite as much as we had seen that last round.
You're going to see Royals flying in here.
Oh, grenade got thrown. Not able
that-
to find that pick, but they look around. We're able to finally get it. Raise on Raise. We're also able to take down Eudaimonia with that judge.
Spike down
Snake,
A.
unfortunately, was able to take down Kayagi, meaning that they lost their spike. Their designated carrier got eliminated, meaning that they have to switch up that strategy just a little bit. Oh, great shot from KOS, but Snake once again took him down. Snake has always been such a dangerous character and is continuing to prove that. See, Royals throwing out the grenade, trying to find any picks with it, but nobody is nearby. The only one is Snake, who is ever adamant in holding one specific spot. Rather than are able to find that pick. Currently, Royals is going in it alone. And he's kind of struggling to push forward, given the fact that there are so many people covering each point, and a great shot from Panda, taking down Boise State Blue. Now putting CCNY at the putting CCNY in the lead.
In a situation like that, you kind of got to figure that you are probably cornered. When you only see two, you don't know where the third is. That means he's probably out camping the TP. So, you know, in a situation like that, you kind of have to try and take a pick there to even up just by a small margin.
Sometimes just getting that first pick is especially crucial, but when you're the only one left, it's very, very, very difficult, given that multiple people are covering multiple angles. If it was a 1v1, you could play things much stealthier, but given that it was a 3v1, it was very unlikely, and unfortunately, it played out just about how we expected.
I've been seeing a lot more people do that smoke and then flash through strategy just to secure the orb.
I've seen that basically every round so far today, but I mean, it's working pretty well for both teams that have, and both teams have ended up executing that, and it's worked pretty well both times.
You're not wrong. I mean, there's not a lot of counterplay to that situation other than trying to push
wow.
through. Wow.
Whoa, what is happening? Boise State Blue almost completely
B.
eliminated, with Fire being the only one left. Once again, we're at a 1v3. Hopefully Fire is able to change things up this time, having literally every single ability at the ready.
Yeah,
we see the stun getting thrown out, trying to take on Eudaimonia and be able to get that first kill. There's only 2 people left remaining, and they're currently on the prowl, trying to find another pick. But they do not have that spike on them currently. They need to be able to pick that back up if they want to continue things forward. But we see currently it is being very heavily guarded right now. Oh, and a great shot onto Panda. It is only a 1v1 at this point. Fire tries pushing forward and is very, very carefully sneaking around, trying to use any of those abilities as best as possible,
30
even
seconds
throwing out the
left.
ultimate. Oh! Clutch it! There's 4 seconds left.
Wow. No util necessary, just a straight peek. Man.
Sometimes I love watching it when that goes down, just able to get that pick as like almost immediately. I gotta give major props to Valorant players every single time I watch it, because it's just like they just can kill people immediately, and I do not know how they do it.
That was some phenomenal aim there. Just like, you know, the sheer ego to try and peek a corner like that, and then just have it pay off.
I mean, sometimes that ego is well deserved, so I can't really blame them. Fyra's definitely putting up a good fight here, playing very well here for Boise State.
KOS will pop the ults. Here comes Royals with the judge. You never want to underestimate a judge. We saw that last round. We saw that this round. over and over and over again. Judge is just a very strong piece of not utility, but, you know,
Yeah.
weaponry.
It's,
Tripwire destroyed.
and it's relatively cheaper, too.
Here.
Absolutely.
Given just, well, yeah. See Panda taking down KOS. Oh, and we see Ian there at the ready, trying to see if anyone's peeking around there in the corner, but is not able to find anybody. CCNY currently is at a slight hero disadvantage here.
Fyra going to be checking the corner, but the Retro Zone will already be there. It's going to pin almost everyone here into lamps.
We see Kayagi looking for Retrozune, trying to take him down. We see CCNY has very little time left to work with, especially given the fact that Retrozune got taken down, but it seems like they won't really have the time necessary as the spike detonates for the first time today. And Boise State Blue takes the 7th round.
I mean, that was really good round there from...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if there's one thing, I mean, I'll keep saying it. I'll say it now, and I'll say it the next round. I'll say it 5 rounds from now. Never underestimate the judge. We're seeing it so many times, and whether that's just a raise flying in or if that's someone holding like an angle in lamps, you never want to underestimate the power of a judge. That thing can one-shot you when you think it only has the capability to do like 25. It is scary. Here comes another flash through the smoke combo.
See Royal was able to dodge that flash.
Really, really wants that orb.
Throwing out the grenade, trying to find any picks, but at that point, 1917 had already fully retreated. There's nobody hiding behind that smoke anymore.
Uh-oh. Watch out, Sky.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Very, very low. Very, very close, excuse me.
Well, I mean, you say that, but he is about half health right now, so you aren't way off. Panda's going to get the quick pick on Royals.
Kyagi's finally able to take that orb in the midst of all the chaos that was going down. Wanted him to get just marginally closer to that ultimate. Having it now at the ready, but Snack was able to take down Ian, now putting Boise State at an even further disadvantage.
The stun there. Miracle. He's able to take one out as well.
Down.
KOS on a lucky streak, but alas.
Not enough.
Last player standing.
Kayagi
One
able to take
enemy
one before
remaining.
getting out. It's a 1v1.
down.
Wait.
See, Fire is able to quickly
30
take the
seconds
spike.
left.
Under the
You got to get out of there. You got to go quick. You got to run. You got to run.
Well, she's running all right. She's being tailed very, very quickly right now, but she's going
One
as fast
enemy
as she
remaining.
possibly can. She's going to start putting down the spike. We got that self-elimination, always unfortunate.
Fire already knows what's going to be happening here. Just prepares for it.
Ooh, and starts moving down a different alleyway here.
I mean, you have the potential to loop up into heaven for the angle.
See,
A lot of
currently
things you could do
ready
here.
to push through the smoke. It's very tense right now. Spike being planted. They don't have very much time left. The spike continues to tick down. We see Snake is just rushing in there, trying to get in there as soon as possible. Was not ready for it as Fryver got the headshot and took him down immediately. Snake is usually such a dangerous player, but not in the middle of a rush. When you are in that, when you have such little time left, it's going to be very, very difficult.
We're going to be seeing the timeout. If there's one thing you learned from that round, it's the power of positioning, right? Not only did Sky immediately get the memo of Clove rezzing and being like, we gotta go, we need to
booked it
leave
as fast as
now.
possible.
But there's also just like the additional like planning, and then you have to think all the scenarios in your head. Where could this fade be right now? Kind of like looping the strategies, trying to play around wherever it could potentially be. As soon as that util comes out, they don't know where you are. You know where they are. It's easy.
Yeah, and it is kind of nice because I am seeing Fire-Rays making quite the big comeback in terms of supporting the team, because in the first round, they kind of struggled a little bit, lacking behind people like Ian, who are getting a lot more of those kills, but now they are able to both juggle using all the abilities efficiently as well as get a lot of the kills, even being the last one left to take a round. So it is very nice to see that. I mentioned right before you got here, hopefully Boise State would be able to make a bit of a switch up in strategy, and it seems like they did manage to pull that off, and is now going very well in their favor, currently being at a 3-5 advantage.
Well, I mean, if there's one thing that I've also been noticing, it's that Boise State, win or loss, they've been losing like a lot of these fights early on, and they kind of have to take these difficult 1v3s to try and potentially get the win back.
Maybe
So
that's their strategy.
maybe. I mean, hey, that
working.
dopamine, that adrenaline,
Oh, yeah.
anything.
See, Royals trying to look past the smoke to see if there's anybody that they can find a pick on, but currently they can't see anybody. There's Eudaimonia there at the end, and Snake right around the corner. But the rest of the team is there to back them up. See the Brimstone just firing, trying to get anybody there through the wall, but is not able to find any good picks. See, KOS is just very, very vigilantly watching that, watching this little slit to see if anybody pushes through. Both teams are taking their sweet time right now. You have to play things very, very carefully right now, given that nobody knows where to go that isn't undefended.
I want to point out, we are seeing a similar strategy here to last time. It has become a Metal Gear Solid mission. Of Ian just slowly sneaking around.
Oh,
There's
wow.
one. Does he see
And
two?
two.
What's going on here?
Ian has been.
Where are you looking? Oh.
Ian has been carrying a team through so many of these rounds. We see that there again, getting that double kill. Now we see Royals there to back him up as the entire rest of the team tries to push through the smoke, and they're able to take down Snake and Eudaimonia, and then only Panda is left at the ready, but they have 12 seconds to plant the spike, and we see Kayagi doing that right now. Panda can't even push forward. Royals nearly got the pick.
Flawless.
And there it goes. Ian able to take him down through the smoke. A flawless win.
What happened there?
3-6. CCNY had so many angles covered, but it seems like all of the wrong ones in that instance. Ian knew exactly where to go, whether intentional or not.
That's the problem with not running a Sentinel on this map, is you don't have just like the utility to hold these angles for you. You have to hold them all manually, and if you aren't holding them correctly, you will pay the price instead of the utility.
I mean, generally playing a Sentinel on any map is a pretty good idea.
That's true.
But yeah, there are so many different angles on this map, so it is having at least some people to lock them down without having to keep your focus directly on them. Definitely helps out a lot more than they seem to be taking advantage of.
Bind is definitely one of the most important maps. I would personally say that you should have a Sentinel on.
Ooh, we see Royals looking around the corner. Ooh, got hit by Retrozoon, but it was not quite enough to take them down. In fact, they did not take very much damage there at all, only chipping at their shields and just barely damaging their total health.
Now, if it was a regen shield, we'd be set.
Oh yeah, but maybe they don't trust the regen shield, considering it's a very new thing.
That's true. That's fair enough.
Oh man.
Panda's not going to make the same mistake again.
Absolutely not. They were able to get a very, very good double kill there onto Royals and Ian. We see KOS is moving very carefully, looking through the door, ready for anything. It seems to be Eudaimonia, but they are not choosing to push forward. Instead, playing this very carefully. There's only 45 seconds left on the clock.
Well, with the awareness of knowing that Eudaimonia is stuck in there. Oh my, he just screwed him over.
Oh, and hit him through the door.
B.
Eudaimonia got a kill, but
30
got traded
seconds
right
left.
back afterwards by Fyra. I gotta
Last
love the
player
fact that Fyra has been
standing.
playing so effectively, but unfortunately not effectively enough this time around up against Snack. Currently, KOS is the only one left. Launching the smoke, just trying to get any last sort of advantage up in there possible. Currently, he does have the spike, which puts them at a slight advantage, but
Smoke's down.
even then,
10
we see
seconds
him
left.
planting it right there in the corner. He's got to be very careful. Snake is right there, but he manages to get it down. We got his location revealed, and it was not enough. Snake got him through the boxes, and they have all the time in the world to defuse that spike. 1917 just to take over, and CCNY takes this round.
I am going to say I do appreciate the strategy they used there to take out Eudaimonia of, you know, having two people holding the TP. Meanwhile, on the other side, Fyro is ready with the flash to take it through to open the door so that way everyone could, you know,
It's a
light
lot
him
of,
up.
There's just so many different things that involve just working together in a lot of these games. Just making sure you know exactly what's going on and making sure that it's perfectly communicated to your team, especially in tactical shooters. You got to make sure that every possible thing goes right. And it seemed like it did, especially with that thing we had mentioned just before. Also seems like everybody's running the Vandal this time, which I think is a little funny. But it is such a good gun, so I can't really blame everyone for running it.
Well, that's why they needed to buff Phantom, you know, try and equalize the Vandal. You know, we're seeing it all over the place.
Yeah, we're seeing Royals was able to take that ultimate orb, putting them only one away. Ooh, great shot from Ian there onto Panda.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but to me, it looks like Ian, if he decides to push into this B site, he's going to quickly figure out that there is no one there.
Well, it's kind of difficult considering the fact that he's going to have a hard time knowing that, given the fact that it's kind of hard to sneak around, but it seems like the rest of the team was there to just tell him to be ready. So we see him pushing forward without a care in the world.
The call went out. They know that B site's clear, so he's going to hold this angle.
Yeah, and we see RetroZune is at moving forward very slowly, so it's a good thing he is there at the ready, and he got a great shot there. Fantastic shot, taking down RetroZune, putting CCNY. Only one person left, but Fyra getting that kill onto Snank, getting Boise State that 7th round.
Last round in the half.
This is, I mean, you're starting to see it now. The weakness of not having a Sentinel on this map is really starting to show because it allows for these flanks almost every single round. And there's nothing you can do about it other than just like hold the site every round.
Yeah, and then you don't have any other ways to hold, like you're gonna have a hard time holding both sites. You're gonna have a hard time covering every single angle. It's just so many things that you need to keep track of. They just do not have the resources for. We see,
Blinded.
we see that the Raze was finally able to get that showstopper fully prepared, but would not be able to bring it out this round as Snank got a great shot there. Taking down the first of Boise State's players here. But Fyra managed to get revenge, taking down Snank, but was not prepared for RetroZune to show up right behind.
There's the judge.
Open up the sky.
The
One.
getting thrown there, but KOS was able to take down RetroZune. And in the middle of the reload,
Did you see that?
I think I blinked.
All right. Well, we'll cover it in a second. But right now, 2v1, it's just, you know, Kayagi, we've got Ian. They're going to go straight through that TP. All right, I don't know if you noticed, but KOS, when he popped that ult, it pushed everyone out, but one. Oh, there we go. And that's going to be this round.
That was a lot that happened there in the middle. I was not prepared for that.
I don't even know which player it was, but one person decided they wanted to go through the TP while the orbital strike was going out.
Well, sometimes you don't really have that perfect reaction time.
Yeah, so that was just...
Even though we got taken out, KOS still played that very well.
No, I don't mean KOS. I mean someone on the other team did.
Well,
so we got another kill
Given the orbital strike, played it very well, albeit unexpected.
Accidental in a way, but hey, if it works.
Exactly.
It works.
We see Fyra and Ian both leading there on kills. Boise State is doing marginally better than they did last time around, given the fact that you weren't there for this, but it ended in a 1-13.
That's
Boise
rough.
State only being at 1. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to watch. But now Boise State is making a very drastic change here. Oh, we see kills being traded, but a lot of them are onto Boise State, who lost Fire,
Last
KOS, and
player
Royals.
standing.
And now Kayagi, so now Ian is the only person left. We see the spike getting planted right now. Now Ian has to take down 3 of the enemy team's players, all on their own. It's going to be a very, very tough play.
Especially considering all the util was used on B site, so you got nothing except for your funny little classic.
But a lot of damage, and it wasn't enough. RetroZune took down Ian, and that round goes to CCNY.
That angle on the ledge there is unrivaled right now. I'm wondering at what point are we going to see some sort of map change, because I've seen people hold that angle every single round and it just successfully
I'm
works.
going to be honest, I don't think we'll ever see a map change, because think of how many angry Valorant players are going to go to Riot and be like, why did you get rid of my favorite spot?
I mean, hey, we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit, just like you would a regular map rotation.
You never know. We'll just see.
When am I going to see Fracture again? I'm angry I don't see Fracture anymore.
Never. You're never going to see it. It's just not going to happen. See the next round starting up. Boise State once again on defense as the switch took place. Previous round seemed to struggle a little bit there at the start, but now they're going to have a chance to continue their great streak, and the Boombot got a great kill there. Able to take him down as Panda is able to start planting Spike. We see KOS trying to push forward, currently at B site, but there's nobody there, so we see him looping around to the other side as quick as possible.
There's that judge. Eudaimonia loves using that shotgun.
Ooh. See him pushing forward. It's a very, very dangerous place to be in right now, given that Panda is there at the ready, but the smoke wall is protecting him. See him ready there with the Sheriff. One good shot, but it wasn't enough. Snan got that kill almost immediately, and Panda following up right afterwards, taking down Ian, giving another elimination, another point to CCNY. They're making a bit of a comeback here so far, but Boise State Blue still has, is still much closer to getting that win than CCNY is.
Well, I mean, in terms of weapons rollout, we're seeing a lot of Vandals here.
Not really a surprise at this point.
No, not really, not necessarily, but I mean, I think it's important to point out regardless because you are seeing them use almost all of their credits here,
Oh, yeah.
and that means, you know, being a little bit stringent on some shields for some players. That could, you know, be a game decider in some cases.
Yeah, we do see CCNY doing a great job of positioning too, so maybe having all those more expensive guns isn't the play to have here.
Here's that judge. You gotta back off. You have to.
Royals at the ready, got a couple hits landed onto him, was able to stay alive all the same. But Ian got taken down by RetroZoom and was traded right afterwards by KOS, who got a double onto Panda and Snap. RetroZoom getting another one onto Fyra. Eliminations are being traded back and forth. Royals able to take down RetroZoom. CCNY currently at a slight disadvantage in heroes right now. Well, Boise State still has has one extra character to work with. Royals just barely able to avoid getting that headshot. That would have been a very, very lucky shot on him, but he was very fortunate to be able to stay alive.
Eudaimonia.
Yeah, we see him creeping around in that hallway.
Oh,
Great shot onto
Wow.
both Kayagi and Royals. KOS is the only one left defending A site here. Got hit there from a distance. Nearly out of shields there. Was able to get a good kill on Eudaimonia. It is a 1v1 right now. He is guarding the wrong entrance. But it still could work. Well, if 1917 is going to turn around the corner, he's got to flick very carefully. Really got the kill and clutch it all on his own. Getting Boise State a 9th point. Oh my goodness, that was a fantastic reaction time. He's looking in the exact wrong spot. Was able to flick right over and get that shot almost immediately.
I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here.
Okay.
He had his orbital strike. I don't think he needed to hold that angle, especially considering how low he was.
Well,
I think
maybe he just felt like it would be more fun to shoot somebody.
in my heart of hearts, I think that was a little risky and maybe a little lucky too, considering he came from the wrong angle and just happened to work out.
Smoke's down.
But
I imagine it's some sort of, he didn't want to just use it on one person kind of deal. Obviously, sometimes that can make all the difference if you need just 1 point. But maybe they feel like their team would be better suited to save it for later. So that's probably where a lot of that comes from. Or he just felt like he was confident enough to be able to not have to use it. Fortunately, he did get lucky enough to not have to worry about it too much.
They see the trip here, and they're going to continue pushing
man.
up this B long here. They got 2 picks there.
Eudaimonia finally goes down. We see Royals with the judge holding these tight corridors. Better to have these shotguns there at the ready to just blast somebody. Not have to worry about as much getting those, not having to worry as much about getting those proper headshots.
And by now, they already know. They know the drill. It's time to head over.
See, the entirety of CCNY, minus the missing rays there, Eudaimonia, pushing B, while Fyra and the rest of them have to continue to push forward afterwards. You see Royals trying to push out there. Oh, but it wasn't enough. As him and Fyra went down, and Kayagi got taken down right afterwards, giving CCNY another point. This game is relatively close, especially as CCNY continues to ever so slowly but surely continue to rise up in the ranks and get slowly towards matching Boise State's points.
We're going to see Royals rolling out the Bucky here. Nope, never mind. Guardian. Fair enough.
It is still a slight switch up not having the entirety of BSU, Boise State, running the Vanguard, but can't say the same about CCNY.
Yeah, fair enough.
We do see CCNY has so much money here to work with. They have been keep holding on to a lot of their cash, and that seems to be working pretty well in terms of saving up for things like abilities and whatnot.
Accidental full blind there. Didn't quite fully get around the corner.
But it seems like the very quick moment we switched away, Eudaimonia still got taken down, so even with the self-flash, they're still able to get the pill. And oh my goodness! 1917 immediately is able to take down Fyra. Kayagi tried to get that kill right afterwards, but he'd already retreated by then. See, now he's picked up a Vandal instead, hoping that it'll work a little bit better given the current situation. See, Ian is the only one defending B site, but there's nobody currently pushing it, so he doesn't have too much to worry about here. While the rest of the team continues to defend A. CCNY has been very versatile when it comes to pushing both sides, so it's going to be pretty difficult for Boise State to determine where they're coming from.
Smoke's going to go up. Royals is going to push back.
Throwing out the grenade, trying to take down somebody with it.
There it goes.
Just yet. Oh, KO's able to take down 1917. Royals goes down. Kayagi takes down Retrozune.
Oh no!
Oh, it's not enough.
Not enough bullets.
Wow, man, that
Yeah.
reload is always the worst thing to have to suffer through, because at that point, you've been so good about your aim, but you just don't have the ammunition left to take them down. And unfortunately, Kayagi was met at the short end of that stick.
It's always something hard to remember sometimes. You know, sometimes you'll just fire at someone and then you'll kind of blank on it. So when you realize you have 7 bullets, by the time you have 0, that's rough.
Yeah, and especially given the fact that, or like it wasn't even the fact that he forgot, he just had to use up all of his ammo on a lot of
That's
that.
true.
See Boise State switching to hold on to a lot of their money this time around, and not going for the full Vandal like CCNY is once again running.
Sheriffs all around here. It's going to be an uphill battle here.
Yeah, but still can get those one-shot headshots, so, you know, that's hopefully what Boise State is banking on. See Snag and Retrozune trying to push this point. Decay got thrown onto KOS, but he's staying alive. Then, ooh, a big hit onto him. He stays alive. KOS is on thin ice right now. Very, very low on the health. Ian got hit by the grenade. Is able to stay alive. Henry able to get the double kill, but got taken down by Kayagi right afterwards. Boise State is at a slight disadvantage, but they do have 2 ultimates at the ready if they need to use them.
You got to run. Oh, they're cornering everywhere.
Uh-oh.
What? What on earth? All right.
I mean, it worked for Fyra just for a moment.
It did.
But unfortunately, there were 2 other people were there to back him up, and sometimes you can't quite out-reaction time 3 players at the same time.
Unless you be...
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
Just another day.
Last player.
Oh, man. Ian got taken down, but Kayagi was there to back him up, get that revenge. We see Kayagi pushing forward. Being the last person left, he's got to take down both of the other players and be able to keep that spike going as long as possible.
1 enemy remaining.
1?
Oh.
3.
Not
Please,
enough
please, please,
time for
please.
2. Yeah, he
man.
had to.
Fortunately for him, Retrozune got that last kill, and the spike went off. Just barely able to escape that explosion there at the end, too. See, Ian and Fyra are pretty low on cash. The rest of the team has just a little bit. The full team gets Vandals, but we are going into a bit of a timeout here for just 1 minute.
Well, I mean, there's something going on here in these past couple of rounds. I'm trying to figure it out myself, too.
There's a lot of stuff happening, and it is very interesting because instead of the almost full sweep we saw in the first round, both teams are able to kind of be on a relatively even playing field. I think it's just a lot more of what I'm seeing is efficient ability usage from Boise State. Because obviously CCNY is still putting up a big fight here, being now at 8 to 9 points respectively. But Boise State going from 1 point to 9 points is quite the drastic change. And I'm definitely seeing that in a lot more of these abilities, especially from Fyra, who's able to use those blinds all the time. And it seems to be working out almost every single time. So I do have to definitely notice that. As well as most likely some other behind-the-scenes communication and decision-making.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's some rounds where you have to save, so I'm not going to put as much, you know, emphasis on those. But I don't know. It just seems like there's something a little bit off this round, especially considering they do have the Sentinel on defense here. So by all means, it should seem like it's a little bit more in their favor.
Well, I mean, considering the points, 9 to 9, I would say it's more in their favor. But it just, unfortunately, doesn't mean they're going to win right off the bat, at least not quite yet.
A lot of screaming little fade dogs. A lot of them.
You see Snag starting to try and drop that. You see the boom, the ultimate down there from
Spike down A.
Royals got dropped up, but was not able to find any picks with it. 1917 getting a double onto Fyra and Royals. Ian got the managed to get the revenge, but Panda took down Kayagi. It's 2 versus 2 right now.
Panda's going to get smoked off here. And Eudaimonia is going to rotate with the spike.
KOS and Eon are both defending Site A, but currently Site B is completely unguarded, and that's exactly where Eudaimonia is going to plant that.
Stim
They say
beacon
KOS
here.
running there as
Spike
fast as
planted.
possible with Ian hot on his trail. But now they got to start moving slowly and carefully. They had the stem allowing for that faster movement speed, but will it be enough? KOS is trying to round the corner. Currently, they're defending from inside of the box. Ian was able to protect him
enemy
there.
remaining.
Eudaimonia got taken down by KOS. It is only Panda left remaining. They got to manage to take him down and defuse the spike. They take down Panda. They got to defuse the spike right now, but I'm guarantee you they're going to have all the time in the world. And they're able to get the 10th point for themselves.
Not the boom you
That was a good round. I don't know what they
yeah.
discussed back there during that timeout, but that worked.
Some real
very
magic
well.
was discussed behind the scenes.
You know, I mean, for one thing, I cannot believe Raze was not able to shoot that ult in time. I don't know
Yeah.
if the pullout is just super long, but
I mean, considering it's a massive rocket launcher, I imagine it's going to be a little difficult to wield. But yeah, it's very powerful, but if you can't use it fast enough or the team is able to react to it quickly, then it's going to be very hard to pull off effectively.
big
Launching
necessary
smoke.
win there for Boise State.
Oh yeah, we're getting closer and closer here to the end. Boise State at a very slight advantage right now. Hopefully they're able to keep that up before they can go into overtime. Off to a great start here though. It's not Ian is able to take down 1917. RetroZune was there behind, but chooses to retreat instead of fighting against Ian here.
Cage triggered.
With the cage out, throws another trip. We're just going to be chilling here for a little bit with Cypher.
Yeah, just controlling a lot of that doorway, making sure that RetroZune, or well, he doesn't even know RetroZune
Spike
is through
down
there,
A.
making sure whoever's going to come through won't be able to get through. See, Panda, who had the spike, got taken down. Boise State has all 5 of their players currently ready and fighting, while CCNY is now down 2.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place here. They're all going
Yeah.
to be pushing through this place all at once.
This is going to be dangerous. Snake's able to take down Fire, but Royals is ready to back him up right afterwards.
A decent trade, especially considering when you are 5-3.
See them pushing all the way back to spawn.
Yeah.
Currently, CCNY's 2 remaining players are going to be completely flanked.
But Eudaimonia is holding that.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a weird fight. Nope, Eudaimonia is
Choosing
going
to run away
Yeah.
30
instead, having
seconds
to
left.
meet with Ian and KOS, who are holding this point very effectively. We see him watching very vigilantly, looking for Eudaimonia, and is almost ready for it, but Eudaimonia just seemed to have the better reaction time.
Enemy remaining.
That's going to be
Ooh.
really difficult for RetroZune to try and grab.
Oh,
And
he's able to take down KOS.
10
Oh, he's
seconds
planting the
left.
spike. They got to get in there soon. They're
Spike
going to stop it
planted.
from happening, but they're able to plant the spike. They got to take down RetroZune and defuse it. Even still, the boombot getting thrown out, trying to find that pick. They know exactly where he is, and that they just need to take him out. Oh, just missed him. Oh, and he got taken down. It is a 1v1. RetroZune versus Kayagi. Can Kayagi take this one? RetroZune isn't looking. He's got to go right now.
What's he
if wants to take
doing?
it down.
why did he do that?
Oh, he looked away at the worst possible time, and that allowed Kayagi to defuse the spike, giving Boise State Blue the 11th point. We get closer and closer. Only 2 points are left for Boise State to win the second round.
Well,
That was the worst time
That
to
was-
turn around. Man,
this is a little bit absurd. I'll say it.
to be fair, he probably didn't know where Kayagi was going to come from. At that point, you just got to hope that you get lucky enough. And unfortunately, didn't quite go in his favor. But great plays from Boise State. Both of these last 2 rounds, they've been decently close, but they've been able to get these, get all the proper kills, defuse the spikes every single time. CCNY still is not too far behind, so they still have a chance to make that comeback here. But Boise State, I imagine, is not going to go down without a fight. Getting that first kill right off the bat onto Panda. We see Ian throwing out the cage, trying to block 1917's vision. Worked very well considering he got shot but did not die. Imagine his life was saved by that smoke there, protecting him. Now we see Ian getting a nice view onto somebody from up above, trying to scout out the map for the rest of the team. Working very well as they're able to take down RetroZune. Currently it is a 3v5. CCNY is at a slight disadvantage here, even in the ultimate economy here.
I wouldn't say it's completely out for them, though.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely not, no.
you see that both Fyra
Camera is destroyed.
and Ian are like one shot right now. So
Now they just gotta hope that they don't get met at the unfortunate end
Tripwire
of a
destroyed.
bullet. Ian is at a very very difficult spot here, choosing to lead the charge here. Watch
Right here.
1917, KOS now gets a nice sight onto him. Was not able to get that proper pick. Eudaimoni is able to take down Ian through the wall.
Oh,
Thrasher gets thrown out, not able to find much.
Gotta push there.
1970 gets taken down by KOS.
Oh no! Not gonna be able to get him in time. Throws the mosh.
Snake starts planting.
One
Royals
enemy
throwing out the
remaining.
grenade. Eudaimoni gets taken down by Kayagi. There's
Oh,
only
no!
one left. The blind comes on. He's able to stay alive.
Oh man, there's some
There he goes.
miscommunication there.
I mean, it still worked pretty well. Ian being the only one to get taken down. Boise State is now up to 12 points. It is now match point. We're so very close here to winning this second round.
Match point.
I mean, at this point, whatever strategy they were discussing in the timeout, they just got to keep doing that.
Yeah, and only just one more time, at least in this round. Of course, there's still going to be another one after this. So we just got to see how they end up playing as we most likely get close to the end of the second round. Of course, you never know for sure. We could end up going for another 40 minutes depending on how well CCNY plays. But hopefully for Boise State's sake and everyone's energy levels, we do not have to deal with that. See Royals keeping a good track here.
Oh!
They double kill onto Eudaimonia and Panda.
And they're just going to push straight through with that. Like a pack of angry hornets. After you take one out, the rest are going to be right after you.
We see Kayagi there.
Oh, no, Kayagi!
On the snag. He is a menace right now.
No way! No way! What on
A
earth?
fantastic 13th point out of nowhere. CCNY got smoked there at the end. What even happened?
That was so fast, I couldn't even process it.
I just saw Kayagi demolishing 4 out of the 5 players. Then it just, my throat was hurting there, screaming there for a second. That was some insane play, communication and cohesion. The entire team went down in like 20 seconds. I
Okay.
can't even fathom that.
All right, so I'm trying to run this back up in my head. They had all 5 players running down A short. Kayagi gets 2. And then after that, Fade is like, we got to push this guy. Right now, I need this guy in the ground.
You know, something that I feel like I've noticed a lot with tactical shooters is there's a lot of patience involved, and I didn't really see that
There
much of
was
that.
no patience involved in that round. So
Thank goodness for Boise State. Man, they absolutely swept in that last round. That took like, what, 15 seconds less?
that was ridiculous.
I think I like blinked for 1 second, and the entire team was just gone. And wow, that was some insane plays from Boise State there.
You know what the funniest part is?
Yeah, what's that?
Kayagi got away with the 4K.
He got away with it.
Unscathed.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
And Kayagi was not doing a lot in terms of the elimination economy. Not to say that he wasn't contributing,
Yeah.
because not every character is built to get those kills. But oh my goodness, he really just decided, you know what? I'm going to end off this round with a bang, and just took down 4 of them with, I think it was Ian getting that last one. Regardless, finally tying up the playing field now. It is 1 point to CCNY and 1 point to Boise State Blue. I don't even know what's going to happen for the last one.
Well,
Because it was a little more tied this time around, much different from the first round.
well,
But if Boise State's able to keep this up, then we'll go them.
we just played Bind. What map did we play in map 1?
Haven, I believe.
All right. Well, with that, we've got 5 more potential picks in rotation. Is there
Well,
anything
there's
you're
only one left, considering the other 4 got banned. But I cannot remember what the last one was.
Okay, well-
so I have no idea. I'm going to
All
be
right.
honest.
Well, we'll see when we see it. Me
Yeah.
personally, I wouldn't mind a little Pearl. I
Yeah.
miss Pearl. I'm glad it's back for a little bit. Where's Fracture?
Sometimes we just forget about it. I guess we don't like it anymore, and
It's been a
I'd say
year
the
and a
deficit
half.
of us lovely people just trying our best to see our favorite maps.
It's been a year and a half.
Well,
I miss it so much.
That time will probably continue to rack up, if I'm being honest.
It's
Not
tough.
that I'm a pessimist. I don't like
It's
to be a
tough.
pessimist,
Yeah.
but I'm more logical.
They
We'll go with.
they went a little overboard with the design of that one, and people got a little too angry. They were like, "We got to put this one in the back. Just leave it back."
Well,
there for a bit."
fortunately, there's still plenty of other good maps. Obviously, there's not nearly as many options as like some of the other esports that we have, but there's still options.
I love Bind. Bind is
yeah.
Bind is my favorite map of current rotation right now, and just like overall, I think Bind has got that for me.
It is a great one. It's got there's just like I feel like it has the most corners out of every map. I don't know, like I could be very far off when I say that, but I swear I see so many like every time I see someone playing on Bind, it's like like 50 times the amount of like looking at like 3 different angles than I would in a lot of other maps. Sunset seems to be the last one. Seems like Pearl was the first band, so you were a little far off,
Well,
unfortunately.
I'm gonna say it. Sunset is my least favorite map.
Yeah, well, you got to take what we can get. We got to go into the third round as we go, the third and final round, I should say. I imagine things are going to be pretty hectic. High pressure from both teams. A lot of, I imagine CCNY is going to have to go, because it started off with them adapting to Boise State's strategy, and then Boise State had to adapt to their strategy, and now CCNY is going to have to adapt back to Boise State's strategy. So there's a lot of adaptation, I guess, going on today. But it doesn't really surprise me because there's so much of that just switching from thing to thing to thing to thing just to keep up with all the different chaos that's going on. You got to keep everything in mind. And when there's so many things to keep in mind that are all changing at different intermittent points, it's so much to keep track of. So I do have to say a great job for Valorant players who are good at being able to handle all that.
I will say, with a map like Sunset, I hope I don't have to say this again. The judge is not very strong on that map. I'm hoping and I'm praying I don't have to say don't underestimate the judge. We'll see.
Eudaimonia, if you're out there, we're sorry.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit.
I mean, if you play things like if you have a very specific and unusual strategy for that matter,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it can still work out very well.
I play Yoru, I would know.
Sometimes you just gotta hope for the best, and sometimes it works. I don't know exactly what's going on through a lot of the team's heads as they play through this, but I imagine a lot of the time. Well, actually, here's a great example. The last round definitely was just let's just hope that this works out in our favor, and if we just get the last get a little bit closer to matching Boise State. Didn't quite work out, but still was an insane watch. And I heard Boise State's our team screaming from back there.
I
over
do not
my
blame them.
screaming.
I do not blame them.
I can't either.
Ugh.
That was an insane play, and so I'm honestly hoping we can see more of that because that was just this is why I love casting for esports, because I could just see this and I can start screaming at the screen like, what even just happened?
What an insane round. I'm going to be playing that one over and over again in my head.
It lives rent-free up in there right now.
I mean, man.
I'm just curious to see how things are going to change up in this third round, because we saw in the first round, Boise State playing very cautiously and slowly, while CCNY was just playing gun it, go for it, get things done.
Right.
And that worked very well to the unfortunate end of Boise State. But then it seemed like they started to slow things down in the second round, and at that moment, Boise State knew they're matching us. We're better at this, so we're gonna sweep them. Of course, CCNY, they put up a really good fight, getting up to 9 points. But once they surpassed the 8-point mark, CCNY really struggled to be able to combat that. So I imagine one of CCNY's best picks here is probably going to be switching back to their high aggression, fast pace. Strategy if they want to be able to get that one up onto Boise State.
I will say, though, I think that they were trying that strategy on the last round because they
yeah.
had all 5 people pushing down A, and that went.
Well, given the fact that Boise State had 14 rounds to prepare for that in the first game, I can imagine they were a little prepared. And then, well, going off of that, the rushing strategy doesn't quite work when 2 of your players gets picked off within the first 5 seconds of the round.
Yeah.
So I was a little confused to see them continuing to charge forward. I mean, they could have had a really good strategy in Boise State, just happened to be at the right place at the right time. But from a surface level perspective, it was a little strange, especially given that we're playing Valorant, a game that requires immense patience and tactics.
Or a judge.
Or a judge. It's worked pretty well in a lot of situations, especially for Eudaimonia, who has just brought it out. And it's like, well, I'm going to sit in this corridor, and any unfortunate player who decides to step in there.
Well, we're going to be seeing some pretty reasonable picks here. Breach on Sunset is almost a must.
We saw Breach in the first round, and we are now seeing him again.
Neon as well. Neon is extremely strong right now. Please nerf. But Neon is very strong right now.
We see Ian sticking with the Cypher, who they've been playing every round and been playing very well. And KOS going back to the Omen we saw in the first round. If Ian is able to keep up the great plays as the Cypher, just doing a great job of being, well, the resident call-out guy, then things will work pretty well for Boise State.
Matchup, I believe, is almost mirror. We're just going to be switching out a Clo for an Omen here, so we're in for a very interesting game here.
We'll have to see how things go down and get a nice view of Sunset as the last round for today.
Get that overlay out of here. That's what I thought.
Boise State starting off on defense once again, and 1917 being the one to take the spike. So we saw around the first round, 1917 being the typical spike carrier a lot of the time. I mentioned this before, but a lot of the time I've noticed these teams like to have designated spike carriers. Because having this one person who knows exactly what to do with the spike is going to be pretty effective.
I don't know
Instead, we see Snack actually picking up the spike this time around, so it seems like maybe I was completely wrong. We never know.
I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but Royals has picked up a regen shield on round 1. I didn't even consider that as a possibility, but I think that could be really strong if you're actually, you know, good with the classic.
Well, we got to see if that regen was a good move or not. We see Ian currently watching this doorway, seeing if Panda or Retrozune are going to push forward. Unfortunately, it does not seem like they're going to. Panda is deciding to move back after the rest of the team already had. Smoke clears. Oh, we see Panda going back. This will be his chance. We see Royals trying to defend B site over here with the help of Ian, but it seems like the entirety of the rest of the team is moving over to A site. KOS has to be very careful here. As he turns this corner, they both can be there. He's not going to be ready for it. Oh, but neither of them go down.
With the blind and a stun, but they're not quite able to push it, and instead, KOS is going to get pushed in return.
Eudaimonia getting the kill onto KOS. Kayaki making a comeback. Fire getting a triple. Why do you... there are only 2 people left on CCNY. They currently have the spike at the ready. They still have the chance to push forward, but we are now back on the less even, a more advantageous odds for Boise State, 3-2.
Go, go, go!
You see them trying to rush out there on point. Panda has started planting the point. Planting the spike. They got it planted, and the time is now starting to tick down. We see Fire trying to look for anybody to get a good shot on. Tries to hit Retrozone, is not able to. We see Royals flanking from the other side with the classic pistol. In the smoke,
right
click. Take down Panda, and Retrozone goes right afterwards to Ian. Ian is able to start defusing that spike. And they have all the time in the world. Fire is going to finish that off, and Boise State Blue is going to get the first point in the final round.
Yeah, never...
That was a chaotic first round, especially given not a ton usually happens, given everyone just has pistols. And then that kind of chaos having Fire getting that double, like out of nowhere. Very impressive to see how things started off a little shaky, but then they made that comeback as soon as they all teamed up.
Gun-wise, we're seeing a wide variety here, from a humble Bucky to the Outlaw. There's things all along. There's a lot of things that could happen here.
Well, interestingly enough, we see almost the entirety of CCNY only running sheriffs. Very different strategies from each team so far.
With an immediate, is that bangable?
I probably, given the fact that they're trying it.
I did not know that if it is. That's crazy.
Well, we see Royals is doing a pretty good job at holding down this specific area. KOS at this very small sliver of area here. Ian's got a nice overview of this nice big open spot of B site, just trying to see if they can find anybody who's going to sneak through, getting a nice look at a Eudaimonia. Able to take down Panda, but Snack right afterwards getting that headshot with the Sheriff. Don't mess with the Sheriff. Might be a little pistol, but that does not mean it's gonna. It doesn't mean it's weak. No, sir.
Still have the Outlaw in play here. Anyone on the side of CCNY is one shot to that.
We see KOS slowly pushing forward, trying to find a good pick. Back to by Kayagi.
With the smoke off. And a good hold with the Bucky close. This is going to be really difficult for CCNY to take back. But
wow, wild! There 2 smokes taking down Kayagi. Eudaimonia is able to take down Royals.
Oh man,
trying to get that pick.
This is insane.
KOS is able to take down Retrozone. The things are getting very, very close. KOS is trying to defuse it. Oh, they're both down. They got to work right now if they want to get this spike defused. It's going to be a very, very close one.
They got it. They got it. They got it.
There it goes. Just barely any time left. But Boise State Blue has taken the second round in a fantastic turn of events there at the end, getting those last 2 kills almost back to back. They both almost got taken down like the exact same time.
That miracle shot there
Wow.
with the sheriff to take someone out in the smoke.
Yeah.
I would be mad,
And
me
so
personally.
seeing Kayagi get through 2 smokes is something
Yeah.
else. Like, it's one thing if it's just through 1, but 2 is that's a gift from the Valorant gods, which is trying to give you that upper hand. But even then, it wasn't enough, as Boise State Blue still managed to take that round.
Fire
Ooh,
going to be
right off
pushing
the
that
bat, Royals
immediately.
getting taken down. Ooh, but Chaos,
Oh!
the difference, getting a double kill. Udai Monier and 1917 both getting taken down. And they're choosing to retreat and push back towards B site instead. See, currently Fire is the only one up there defending A site, as a lot of them are choosing to push through the middle. Only one who is not is over there on the left, going to be meeting Ian here pretty soon, who's got a pretty good vantage point with the camera. Just trying to see if anybody pushes forward, but man, CCNY is being very, very slow and careful right now. Ian knows to be prepared, seeing the smoke getting dropped down. KOS looking for anybody to take the shot onto. Oh, things are very tense right now. Both teams, we see the spike got picked up, and they're moving back over there. Ian has to be ready as they return. KOS able to take down Snack, but it got taken back by Retrozone. Kayagi is able to back-to-back revenges right there. There's only one person left. Panda's got to play this so carefully right now. He's got to work up against this camera. Ian is defending so carefully, and 2 of the other players, Kayagi and Fyra, being there at the ready. Oh, but Panda gets a great shot into Fyra, getting pretty close to evening the odds there, but they only have 15 seconds to start planting that spike.
No time to rotate now. It looks like he's
Absolutely
just
not.
going to have to save.
Oh, wait.
10 seconds
no
left.
time. No time.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Panda, it would not be enough time. The 5 seconds tick down, and he's running as fast as he can, but we can see it plain as day that he's not going to make it. And the defenders, Boise State, taking the 3rd round off to a fantastic start in the 3rd game. Things are looking very well for them, especially given that this is so far almost mirroring what happened in the 1st game.
Winning your bonus is a huge sign of things to come, so I do not blame the side of CCNY for deciding to hit the timeout button.
Yeah, sometimes they're just like, well, there's not really a point in pushing forward anyways. But of course, CCNY still has a lot of time left to work with, because Boise State, they might be off to a fantastic start, but they're still only at 3 points. I mean, versus 0, that's quite the big advantage there. But Boise still has to get 10 more points, so CCNY still has a lot of time to work with. With a potential change in strategy, something like that, I imagine the timeout will be a great opportunity for them to take advantage of that. Say, what are we doing wrong? Why is this going so poorly for us right now? What can we do to make Sunset work to our advantage, to make our current configuration work to our advantage? How can our abilities work well together? Anything like that. They don't have much time to discuss it, but I imagine if there is a time, now is that time.
Yeah, I just keep thinking back. You know, there's a couple star players, and sorry, I've still got that last round bind in my brain. It won't go away. But I mean, KOS, he got 2 picks. I believe it was that last round with the Guardian, just picking it straight up, just 1, 2, and then he walked away.
He is currently leading the team on kills. He did play pretty effectively as an Omen in the 1st game. Of course, points-wise, things didn't work out so well for them, but the kills were definitely there.
Eon with the operator. Interesting decision.
Kayagi has the Guardian trying to find any good picks. One-shot, headshot, takes somebody down. He knows that there's people over there. Ooh, stun gets and the blind. Everything's being thrown onto him right now, but he's able to stay alive nonetheless.
Hold that shorty near and dear.
No. Kayagi and KOS both going down to 1917 and Snake respectively. Retrozone starts planting the spike. And Ian goes down as well. It's up to Royals and Fyra. Fyra's able to take down Panda with that Guardian. Oh, but they both go down in a very fast turn of events. 1917 getting 4 out of the 5 kills, allowing CCNY to get the first of their points that they need on this 3rd game.
I think getting the operator there was a little zealous. A little
silly.
A little silly.
A little
I don't know. I mean, especially considering it is not going to be brought back into this round, so it's lost to the sands of time.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes trying different things isn't always a bad thing. It just, unfortunately, did not work well in their favor.
Fortunately, Fyra does have a backup plan for that round, this being the X button.
Well, sometimes knowing how to use all your abilities and your ultimates, things like that, it works very well, even if you don't have any good guns to work with. So you're booking it, trying to rotate to B side.
Communications is telling them all to rotate over to B, but there's just not a lot of big push there.
I mean, we do see most of the, like the entirety team going to B, so it seems like the communication was on point.
Foresight.
There wasn't. Yeah, it's almost like they just knew.
That was, all right.
KOS goes down, unfortunately.
Oh, big stun.
Oh, was able to take down, oh my goodness. Was able to take down Retro Zoom, but Eudaimonia gets a double. Fyra is able to get the wallbang onto Retro Zoom, but Fyra goes down. It is all up to Ian right now.
He's been in this situation before.
And he goes down. An ace by Eudaimonia. Absolutely insane play. CCNY, I don't know what they're doing right now, but whatever it is, that is making a drastic change, and they're now able to suddenly get these rounds of winning for themselves. Whatever they talked about in the timeout, that's exactly
the power of the timeout. It can completely flip everything.
At this point, Boise State needs another timeout of their own to be like, hey guys, can we figure this out?
let's turn this around.
They haven't gotten surpassed yet, so
That's
of course
true.
the pressure's high, but it's not all hope is lost, not even close. We've still got a lot left in this last game.
I will say on a round like this, they were once again fighting an uphill battle.
Ooh, man, Kayagi just barely avoided that, able to get the kill on the Udai.
Big stun, but they all get around the corner. Don't push that, that's risky. That's too risky. That's too risky.
But not enough. There were 4 people there, and unfortunately a 1v4 is not usually going to go well. And Fyra gets taken down. Both teams now are only missing 1, but currently one of CCNY's characters is very low, that being 1917. But he does currently have that ultimate at the ready. We see Ian once again watching carefully to make sure nobody's sneaking around this vantage point. He's been doing a fantastic...
Just checking through the window.
He's doing a fantastic job at making sure all the bases are covered. He can cover an entire point all on his own. A side is completely protected by him, given the tripwires and the camera. Just everything is covered. So I got to give major props to him.
Well, I mean, for CCNY, they haven't made a lot of movement. They're just going to be playing a little bit of the slow game.
They still got 40 seconds left, which is quite a lot of time to work with. Doesn't sound like a lot, but in a game like Valorant, I mean, it could be all the time you need. You see Kayagi
30
watching
seconds
that corner
left.
very carefully. They're still, they're choosing to push forward very quickly. All of a sudden, Ian is caught off guard, but it has somebody else to back him up. Gotta look through the smoke and hope nothing goes down. Kayagi is there to protect him, but the trap wire got triggered.
Oh, no.
But the blind gets put onto him. He's able to stay alive, but unfortunately, Panda is able to take down Kayagi. 1970 takes down Ian. It is up to Royals and Omens to be able to take them down. But KOS goes down. Royals is able to take down Panda. It's all up to him, but it is not enough as CCNY is able to match the points. It is now 3-on-3.
What a nightmare situation that was.
Wow.
That was just...
They just pushed really fast out of nowhere.
I feel so bad for Ian that round. That was just 10 seconds of torture, medieval torture, just holding an angle with a baby little stinger, and then you get flashed, so you have to hide behind, you have to reload, you don't know where you are, you don't know what time it is. It's scary.
Is it Wednesday today?
Today.
Sorry, I just got flashed. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, well, currently points are matched once again. Boise State is starting to struggle. It seems like that is most likely due to the fact that CCNY is reintroducing their fast-paced get in there and get things done strategy. Now I got to see if that continues to work well in their favor. See, a lot of them are pushing B site right now. Once again, Ian is there with Royals kind of nearby if they need to, while KOS and the rest of the team are on the other side. Oh, great camera angle, but he got taken down. So now the rest of the team is already there. The comms are on point, and now the entirety of Boise State is there at the ready to take down CCNY.
Trips are going to be cutting off most of the plant spots, so if CCNY decides
you're
to
playing a
push through.
dangerous game right now. They are all in. There are 3 of them in the smoke.
KOS, please.
Oh, man, why would you do that? Oh, man. Location got revealed onto Ian, getting taken down.
Almost out.
Snake was able to take down Royals. Oh, man, that was a rough start.
Last player
And
standing.
Kayagi goes down. It is all up to Fire, but it is a 1v5. They're able to take down 1917, but it is not enough.
I will say,
wow, man.
There was a lot of rough decision making that round.
Yeah. Walking, like, obviously, you don't know if anybody's in the smoke, but I would not have
we
walked into
need the
smoke.
timeout here. Respectfully,
I mean,
we
hey,
need the timeout.
Given
here.
the fact that it worked pretty well for CCNY last time, and Boise State the time before, whenever that was, maybe this is what they need to make that comeback once again. Maybe we're going to get like a comeback or a timeout every round, and it's going to be like, okay, guys, how do we fix this round to see what goes better?
I think things are getting a little bit too silly. We got to remember we are on the side of defense, which means we probably shouldn't be pushing into smokes at the choke points.
Silly. You are just a hater of the silliness.
I play Euro. I know when it's time to be silly. I know when it's time to be silly, but that was not an occasion for the circus to come into town. But I like I don't know.
It was a strange decision. Yeah, I mean, if they had gotten lucky enough, it would have worked out. But unfortunately, luck was not on their side. As poor KOS got mowed down the moment they entered the show.
Not only that, I will say I appreciate Ian barely being able to get the pick off before getting two-shot by a Sova ult. There was a lot of things that happened that round.
Yeah,
but we're back. Hopefully our minds are refreshed, and immediately I see two Buckies.
I'm also seeing
We're back.
4 ultimates at the ready for Boise State. They have a lot here to work with.
That's true, but you're going to be dealing with the worst ult of them all. Neon.
Well,
I'm pissed! It's time for me to do Stinger.
Great start there from Ian there, taking down Eudaimonia. That is the only ultimate wielder of CCNY who got taken down. See Ian getting a nice gear on there onto
I must wait a moment.
onto CCNY, making sure those comms are ready so that way Boise State knows what to do. We see Fire pushing forward as fast as possible.
Oh, this could be a big ult here.
Oh, we see
Royal's able to pick one up with ult, but it's gonna whiff with the Bucky.
so close, but man, having to pump that shell back in, just barely, not enough time.
One enemy remaining.
Oh man, but
Sees
they're
him in the
able to
back
take down
corner.
The 1970, but he gets taken up by KOS. They have plenty of time to defuse the spike. We see KOS getting there right to it. They got all the time in the world. Fire is choosing to defuse the spike, instead taking over for the second half, and Boise State Blue will match things up once again, 4-4. This is the most even things have been all night. Maybe that timeout was what they needed.
Well, I mean, I will say though, in terms of the ult game, Boise State used 3, while CCNY only needed 1, which was kind of immediately
I wouldn't say they
removed.
needed 1 because they lost.
Yeah,
but they only ended up using.
They used the one they had, and it was
And now it's just KOS. Like they do have the ultimate advantage, but to be fair, CCNY isn't too like they aren't like
they're nowhere
super high. The only one is 1917 who's getting semi-close, but in general they aren't like super far ahead.
Well, with the cam to immediately let them know, hey, you don't want to go down this road. They're going to throw down the one way, and they're going to have 3 people all holding this angle. It would be very, very, very wise and smart for CCNY to push through right now.
Oh, we see Fire is there waiting. Panda just barely went behind the corner. Eudaimonia tried to get that shot.
What?
Out. Immediately getting taken down by 1917. Oh man, that was rough.
What happened there? I know that was
It was
probably
missing
just
foot,
fat
missing
finger,
foot.
fat finger. Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
It happens
but
to
still.
me all the time too. I really can't play.
But still, that's rough.
KOS was able to take out 1917, leaving them without their spike right now. Though Retro Zoom was able to get revenge there. It is 3 versus 3 right now. CCNY has 45 seconds left. Ian gets a great kill onto Retro Zoom right there. There's only a couple people left. Panda and Eudaimonia. Royals is watching almost the entirety of this open area. Oh, Panda's very close to getting shot right there by Panda. Or, I just said Panda
30
twice.
seconds
Rose
left.
is real close to getting Panda there. Both of them are around that corner. Rose is so close. Oh, man!
Player
Trying to aim down the side
Eudaimonia!
for getting a kill. And now they can just plant it and not have a
Spike
care in the world.
planted.
Ian being the only one left to worry about. We see him pushing forward, but this is so scary. Oh, you shouldn't have shot. They now know you're there, buddy. You're gonna have to play this so carefully. Oh, he's pushing forward, and he gets taken down. CCNY takes the 9th round.
Ian Ammonia is a force of nature and should be dealt with appropriately
11 kills.
and with care.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes you don't have time for care. Or sometimes you have fat fingers and it's just a really, really sad day.
Yeah.
I can't say that I haven't had stuff like that happen to me before. You just press the entire wrong button and the entire thing comes crumbling down. Like, I can't blame you, man. I can't blame you.
A lot to process.
It's an unfortunate day for us all.
There's just a lot to process that round.
1917 only has
Gonna
one
cry.
kill there. Maybe don't cry. Not yet. Not until Boise State loses. Which, hopefully they don't.
Sometimes I'm just so moved, you know, by the calamity of events.
Sometimes the emotions just start flowing, man.
Well, Ian, the sole stakeholder of the B site.
He has been a they've been very prevalent about leaving Ian on the B site and just hoping that he survives. Somehow he's been able to for a lot of this.
Oh, but he's gonna be able to sneak right past the cage.
Spike
It's
down.
one
Great
off
shot
the
on
flash.
Mania. Oh, but Panda got the kill right afterwards. You see Kayagi trying to push around. RetroZune took down Royals. Kayagi got the elimination on the RetroZune. Oh, but it wasn't enough. It's all up to KOS now, but he's getting blasted right now. And it wasn't enough once again as CCNY gets their 6th point. Seems like we're having a bit of a struggle there behind us from poor KOS, who had a little bit of a struggle trying to teleport away, but
That you gotta blame Rito for that one. I cannot believe that there was no place to TP on those stairs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I get that feeling though. I've played
Game
my
design.
fair share of Omen. Just let him TP, man.
just let the poor man have his fun. Let him do his thing. He has the abilities. Well, hopefully for his sake he doesn't have too many problems, especially given that he has his ultimate ready now too. So hopefully it'll be a little more fun this time around.
Both teams gonna be buying up to their max capacity here in terms of credits.
Yeah, well, it is getting further into the game. The further you get, you'll have a lot more credits to work with here. We see them taking this very slowly right now. Great shot from Ian taking out Daimonia.
And with that, the Cypher ult's gonna go out. They know. Oh, they know what's going on here.
Oh, we see Snack pushing forward towards Ian. It is both the Cyphers up against each other right now. Oh, we see him taking this slowly. Snack retreated at just the right moment. Now Ian's got the camera set up, just watching him carefully, but Snack is
Fyra
choosing to retreat instead. Fyra getting that kill onto 1917. Currently,
Deploying drone.
CCNY is down.
Oh
They're just through
my-
the wall. They just knew exactly where it
I'd be
was.
so mad. I would be so mad.
Man. Well, they just saw exactly where it was being thrown from, and boom, they just knew exactly where to shoot through that box.
Well, CCNY
Oh,
gonna do
get a
their
great shot. I knew it. KOS took down Red
with the
Shade.
blind.
Looking.
Takes two.
Wow.
One
Ian getting the
enemy
kill on the
remaining.
Panda. It is only Snacks left. And there he goes. They just got to go defuse that spike, and it's right there. Easy money. Another point for Boise State Blue
Here.
in the bag.
Well, I mean, if Boise State needed one round, it was probably going to be this one based on how low they are economy-wise.
Oh, yeah.
So, at a moment of their lowest where they buy
Last
as much as
round
they
before
can,
the switch.
it is good that once again they can buy up just about as evenly as they can, except for Kayagi, who unfortunately they all managed. There we go.
It's we made things work out this time. It's okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Going on to the last round before the switch.
I do see a RetroZune with an op, and I am scared. What's going on there?
You never know. All kinds of silliness is going to go down. I can smell it from a mile away.
RetroZune peeking mid with the op, doesn't find
I must
anything.
wait a moment.
Ian's gonna weave away. RetroZune does get one off with the op.
Oh,
Eudaimonia,
Cage
absurd, just completely lights up Ian there.
Just through the cage there is very impressive. Just being able to get those shots.
With the stun, that's gonna call for
man,
Eudaimonia to
through the
push,
wall.
but you forgot the funniest trick in the book from Cypher. It's time for me to trip the entry point.
Those trips have been working pretty well. We see Fire able to get a double onto
Aye.
1917. Trying to push forward, trying to take down RetroZune, but it's a scary thing to push. And there he goes.
Allow me to pop my villain of the week monologue. I hate
Switching
that
sides.
neon ult. I hate it so much. You just run in there. You run. You.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a lot of Valorant is you walk over and shoot somebody.
It's just-
So it's kind of just like you play the game as you normally would, except you can move this time around.
I don't know. It's just laser someone at max capacity, or not max capacity, max velocity. You run over there. You buzz too, because now it does headshot damage for some reason. I have personal problems with the neon ult.
Detecting a little bit of a skill issue.
I have personal problems with the neon ultimate.
Well, I mean, it's getting our team the points, so should we really be complaining?
Just wait until it gets used against you. Then you won't be a fan anymore.
Oh, man. You Daimonia taking down Fyra. They were out for blood.
Ian able to get the trade off.
Yeah. They still are able to stay alive even with the blinds going off. Always nice and lucky. See them pushing forward. They're playing a very fast play right now. See Royals getting a nice overview of everything, trying to find where anybody is. Oh, they're about to get a nice view of 1917.
Just barely able to avoid it. They don't know he's back there.
Stank is going to sneak out through the smoke. Oh, but it's not even enough as Royals is able to take him down. Kayak is able to start planting the spike.
Ow.
A little bit for health at 6. So incredibly low. Royals also
no!
by Retrozoon.
Oh, things are not looking good.
Oh no, they all get taken down. Panda has all the time he needs to defuse it. CCNY will get their 7th point. This has been such a close game this third time around, and it's just back and forth over and over again.
Those shock darts there at the end from Sova were big. They were big. A lot of damage done.
And poor Kayagi and Royals, they were both hurting for health at that point, so it's just one shot anywhere and they both got taken down. Neither of them even went down with headshots. So they're already at a pretty tough spot at that point.
Well, I mean now, you know, once again, Boise State's got to kind of ease back in terms of the eco.
I think it's time for a timeout. What do you think?
Every round is a timeout round, you know?
See Kayagi holding the spike, holding this tiny little sliver, seeing if they can find anybody. Royals holding this other side while all kinds of combat is going on near the middle of the map. Ooh, just barely dodges that. Great reaction time there from Fyra. See them looking for Panda 1917. Neither of them are choosing to push out just yet.
Gonna get tagged by the drone, but fortunately is cover, so it's not much to worry about.
Yep.
I will say though, don't push market. Don't do it. Yeah,
where's
it's
the
good
fun?
decision. Good decision. Back off for now.
But it's so much fun. You
But-
don't like fun.
I love fun. That's why I play Yoru.
We see them instead switching over to Site A instead with the entire team there at the ready. See Fyra leading the charge here with that Sheriff, trying to see if they can get any good shots off. Only one person there nearby defending A. Eudaimania is going to be a pretty tough character to go up against. Hopefully Boise State doesn't struggle too much as the
30
entire
seconds
team
left.
gets up in there. The only one left is Ian, who's hiding behind. Trying to take the shots onto Ian was not enough, and they got revealed by that recon bolt. Panda's able to hit Royals through the wall.
There we go.
Kayagi's trying to get things off to a good start there against Eudaimonia, but it's not enough. Fyra's able to get taken down by him. Kayagi's able to stay alive, but KOS cannot be the same cannot be said about them, but a great flick shot from Kayagi.
Player standing.
Oh man, but the rest of them got taken down back to back. Eon and Kayagi both going down. CCNY taking the 8th point. Oh man, these things are getting very tense. They're getting closer and closer to the 13-point mark. Boise State's got to make this comeback here soon.
Well, I mean, this is the round, bonus round. You hypothetically should be taking this back, not just in terms of,
Look
you
at
know.
that economy that Boise, not that Boise State, excuse me, that CCNY has right now. They are stacked with money. Well, Boise State is kind of lagging behind. I imagine that is probably making a lot of the difference here in these little firefights.
It will hurt a lot if Boise State is not able to take this one.
Dodging that recon dart from the enemy Cypher there. He was just barely able to avoid Snack with that reaction time.
Fyra.
Fyra, this is a dangerous game you're playing here. Ooh, but they got the nice view there of Eudaimonia, so they're feeling comfortable enough.
Fyra gonna
forward.
re-peek, gonna get taken out by Eudaimonia with the Sheriff. Oh
Second
no!
time in a row. And again, KOS goes down. And Eudaimonia get a triple onto Royals Kayagi.
Eudaimonia.
If you're running there, it could be a quadruple kill.
Last
choosing
player
to get back.
standing.
Oh, Snack is able to take down Ian. It is all up to Kayagi. He's been a great player. He's the one with the spikes. That's for the best. But man, pushing this one all alone when there's 3 of them at the ready and about to get flanked from the other side. This is gonna be rough. He's not ready for it. He's able to take down Panda. Oh, but we see it there from the left. He got shot.
Yeah.
RetroZune was there flanking, able to get that kill, bringing CCNY up to 9 points.
Listen to my sagely advice.
I wish you could hear me through the screen.
Eudaimonia is a dangerous force of nature that
Hey,
should
look at
be
this.
reckoned with
It's a-
appropriately.
Guys, it's a timeout.
It's a timeout.
It's
You
over.
know, that
It's over for
means-
CCNY. It's over for them. Unless we get another one before the game's over, then maybe.
All's I'm saying. I warned you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Eudaimonia is scaring me. All
yeah,
of a sudden. What happened?
Eudaimonia is going absolutely berserker mode out there. 3K with, mind you, with a sheriff
I mean,
against Vandals.
It's a pretty hefty revolver, so I mean, you never know. I mean, to be fair, actually, a more reasonable and coherent thought to actually back up my claim. Going up against the Vandal, obviously, it's not going to be as efficient. But given the fact that all 3 of them were like not all at the same time, of course, the Vandal's going to be much better.
Yeah.
If you see all 3 of them at the same time, you go pop, 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 and they're all gone. But given the fact
The
that
one by ones.
yeah, it was 1 by 1, so it means you had an easier time preparing those shots and
Yeah.
preparing the rate of fire and handling that in between. So that made it so much easier for Eudaimonia to get those shots in. I mean, obviously, they probably shouldn't have pushed all as a group, but they might have avoided that catastrophe.
Well, I mean, in a situation like that where you have 3 people all holding outside, I think you tank the potential chance of losing one in order to score secure.
And they also, to be fair, they didn't know that Eudaimonia had a sheriff at the ready. They
That's
probably
true.
thought that they had a Vandal, considering how much money that they had.
Gonna get scanned.
A little bit of a rough start here, getting their locations revealed, but nobody has gotten taken down yet. No damage traded. Shots are being fired, but nothing has happened so far. Royals firing into the smoke, but the rest of the team has just walked away at this point. See him keeping a nice view there. Instead, choosing to switch over there to B site, being the only one starting to push forward. He doesn't have the spike. He's trying to clear it off. Got hit by Skank there. Took some damage, but is now instead choosing to run away. The rest of the team is very quickly pushing A site right now. The wall is getting put up by Fire, just trying to see who they can get a nice view of.
To see that the site is clear, they're gonna be able to get
Right
this
there.
off.
Nice, good spike plant right now. The rest of CCNY is alive, but they don't have much time here to
Oh,
push
this
forward.
could be a
Oh, this is-
huge blind.
Oh, this is kind of scary to watch. Location got revealed. Things are looking rough.
Oh no, it's the
RetroZune comes back. The
judge.
judge. You said it was
It's
bad.
the
but look at this.
judge.
The entire team went down, starting off with the
What
judge. Eat your
happened
words.
there?
Man, that was hard. The moment that drone went out, it didn't even do anything. But the moment that drone went out of the smoke, it all just went downhill.
Wow. Yeah.
CCNY is getting very, very close. They're now at 10 points. Boise State, they're not struggling as much as they were in the first round, but they're falling behind just a little bit, especially given Eudaimonia and Panda both 15+ kills.
Ugh.
Yeesh.
It's very slowly, then all at
And
once.
look at the cash they've got. This is
Yeah.
how are you supposed to work up against this? They have max shields. They can buy whatever they want, while Boise State is scrounging for scraps right now. I'm scared to watch what's going to happen here. Well, we get started here onto the 16th round.
Gonna be seeing. I'm gonna say it.
Hefty stun.
All right, they are gonna back off from Eudaimonia.
They're able to stay alive. Drone gets taken down by Fyra. KOS looking for his time to shine. Waiting so patiently. So much of this game involves patience. We see Fyra running very fast and
There we
takes down
go.
Panda. But it wasn't
Eudaimonia.
enough. Not against Eudaimonia. 97 getting killed on the Royals right afterwards. Kayagi is able to get a good shot onto Skank there, but it was not quite enough. Instead, they're choosing to retreat, and they're now choosing to push there through the mid.
We are gonna be seeing both trips set up, so they're gonna have to deal with
Oh,
that.
be
I don't
careful.
like that.
Oh, but he got it. Oh,
I
but
don't
it
like that.
It wasn't there. RetroZune is ready with the judge. KOS was able to take it back.
Ow.
Oh, man.
All right, get the
Kayagi
trade
is able to
out.
save it from Skank. Things are so scary right now. KOS nearly took down Eudaimonia. Karag is finally able to start planting the spike. It is a 2v2 right now, but
30
both of
seconds
Boise
left.
State's characters are hurting for health. Oh man, one good shot onto Kayagi and it could be over for him. KOS is a little bit more lucky in terms of health.
We do have a breach ult to play with, but however, they have an
They're
overdrive to
both
play
pushing
with.
forward.
Gonna hit the ult. They're both gonna get stunned.
Oh, great shot on Eudaimonia.
Don't overextend this! Oh no! Okay,
Get the
okay,
shot. He
okay.
got it onto him.
It's like a
In
horror
the middle
movie!
of the blind.
It's like
How
a
do you hit
horror
headshot
movie.
in the middle of a blind. That is insane. Oh, my throat hurts right
Okay.
now. I screamed quite loudly right there. That was wild.
I was
play
so
right there.
worried there.
He was gunning it. I was ready for it to go wrong.
I thought that was gonna go wrong, but fortunately they had the communication. They had the stun ready. I didn't know they had the stun ready. If I knew that information, I wouldn't be
But
nearly as scared.
A headshot in a blind? How do you do that?
Yeah.
It's not like you literally cannot see anything, but he just knew. That is some crazy work.
Okay.
See KOS getting some pretty good recon in there. Pirates gunning it right now, pushing forward very, very, very quickly. Blue Royals, you just barely missed it.
Take this.
See, Kayagi's planting it very, very quickly. Right in a minute, 20 seconds. KOS able to take down Retrozoom. Retrozoom comes back. Ian's able to take down Panda, but Eudaimonia is able to take down Ian. Snack takes down Royals. KOS takes down
3v3
Snack.
here.
So many things getting traded back and forth.
Retrozoon has to push this. Gets taken out because of ult.
KOS gets the hit onto 1917. It's only Eudaimonia left. Odin peeks out from behind. Attackers win once again. Boise State is making the comeback. What did I say? It was the timeout. It is making these plays.
There, Eudaimonia is a force of nature and has to be taken care with appropriately. They knew it. They saw. Okay, he's in the smoke. Everyone back off. Everyone back off. We wait for the smoke to drop, and then we all shoot him at once.
The moment he walked out from it, Kayagi was like, guys, he's there. Shoot. And he just gonna take it down right afterwards.
Ooh,
Wow.
I got it.
Eudaimonia and KOS are both tied on kills. Very close on deaths and assists too. They're both playing very similarly right now.
Eudaimonia once again running it up with the Bucky. Gotta be careful when you're pushing these corners here.
See a lot of shots being fired through the smoke, but there has been nobody in them. CCNY has dropped it and walked away both times. Poor Boise State's doing their best here to hit any of them, but they're just leaving it.
Fyra is going to be trying to hold down mid for potentially anyone who foolishly dares to push into mid.
Oh, got hit with a recon goal. There's not enough time to be able to take that shot.
I'm out of here.
The Walls are able to save her.
Oh.
Oh, that was close.
Watch out.
Fyra, how are you alive
Whoa,
right
whoa,
now
whoa.
and unscathed nonetheless? You are one lucky, lucky man.
Let's get back to the team.
They're choosing to group up, all pushing site A right now. See, currently, Ian has that ultimate at the ready. The only one on Boise State, but it might be all they need, or they might not even choose to drop it. But look who it is on site A. It's our favorite. It's Eudaimonia. Be careful.
Oh man, he's holding that backside. He has the Bucky. It's almost a secured kill if they do not use the util appropriately for this. Gonna throw out the stun. Looks like they're ready. Gonna get him.
Eudaimonia goes.
Oh, let's go teamwork.
Kayagi planting it. Oh, but gets taken down by Panda.
Spike down
Came out of
A.
nowhere. Eliminating Kayagi. Now they are without that spike plant. The entire team is there, but Snack goes down to KOS. Things are relatively even right now. Boise State at a slight hero advantage.
There we
There
go.
goes 1917. You guys got to grab the spike and
10
work quickly.
seconds
Panda
left.
takes down
One
Fyra.
enemy remaining.
Gets taken down by Ian. Ian goes down to Retrozoon, but KO starts planting the spike. They work with the time left. It is only one person left. It is only Retrozoon versus Royals and KOS. And there it goes. All of them go down. Boise State is coming back 9-10. Oh
Not
my
even
goodness.
close. Not even
And
close.
look at the economy. Look at that. They are now ahead
We're
of the
rich.
game.
Oh.
Snake is out of cash right now, and Boise State is flowing in it. We went from them being so far behind, then win 2 rounds, all of a sudden they are not even having a care in the world. KOS has been the first to breach 20 kills. He has been a menace as this Omen.
Hold on, let me check the time. Oh, it's neon ult o'clock.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's
On
see
both
it.
sides.
Let's see it. Here we go. blinds 2 teammates accidentally. Hopefully he doesn't get hit by that. There we go. We're okay. We're all
Johnny
safe here.
gets taken down once again. KOS, you legend.
Eudaimonian must be taken care with appropriately. They knew. They knew.
I know
Yep.
exactly where you are.
Oh, we see Fire playing this
I'm
carefully.
out of here.
Now starting to push forward, knowing that the way forward is safe.
Couple smokes to try and stop it. I don't know if it'll be enough to dissuade Boise State from barreling into this A site here.
Oh, they're pushing forward. Great shot from Fire onto Panda with the headshot. Be careful, Panda's right around the corner. Not Panda, Panda's dead. Snake is right around the corner. A few good shots through the smoke. KOS goes down. Fire goes down, bolt to 1917.
There's
He
one.
takes down Snake. He starts trying to plant it, but it's not quite enough. He's known that 1917 gets it. It's only a 2v1 right now.
You stick that right now.
It's the only one left. Plant it right now.
You stick that right now.
Oh, he's running.
He's
for it.
pushing around the corner, guys.
He's so close. He's so close.
Oh,
Takes down
what a good
Richardson.
round. What a good
10
round. I got to
for
clap
10.
for that one. I got to clap for that one.
Wait, we're not done. We're not
That was
done.
a good round. It was a
great
good
We're
round.
not
It
done.
was a great round, I'll say.
Man, and even then, Eudaimonia, even with the ultimate, just got
Oh, yeah, that was
right off the game,
there
right off
was-
the mat. KOS has seen that every single time. It has said no every single time. You know how you were saying earlier, I hope we won't have to see it getting used against us?
Yeah.
KOS, mad applause, mad props to you. You have made Dallas Dream true.
Yeah. That's not going to stop RetroZone from popping out another judge this round, though. We'll see how that goes. We'll see.
I mean,
Oi, I'm pissed. Here we go.
Fire push forward very, very quickly. Trying to get any shots there with the lasers. Not able to find it.
Oh.
It gets taken down by Eudaimonia. Eudaimonia decided that no one gets to use it. If she gets taken down while using it,
You have to.
so will Fire.
It's only fair.
It's only fair. We're on a fair playing field right now, kind of, in terms of points. You see Ian pushing forward. 1970s right around the corner. Be careful.
Cage triggered.
Oh, he's not aware. Not aware. Oh, RetroZone
It's
with the
that
judge once again. Once again, it seems like you might be wrong. The judge is exactly what they
Market, I will say Market is very strong
KOS.
for judge play.
Oh my goodness, this is so scary right now. Kayaki, be ready. Okay, he got the good kill. Oh, it's only him though. He's got the spike, but will it be enough? It's at 19 health. The decay is making him hurt for health. Ah, but it's not enough. Eudaimonia getting the kill onto CCNY, and they didn't even have to bring out a timeout. Man, we're getting so close. This is such an even match right now.
A lot of back and forth. Well, I mean, main thing I'm seeing here is I think they had the right idea of pushing mid, and unfortunately, once they got that pick off, Cypher was able to scan. They knew the mission from there.
Or better yet, unfortunately, Judge.
And Judge. And we will be seeing that Judge get the run back now.
Yeah, we love Judge. Blast it. See all of them choosing to push site A.
Off your feet!
Go, go, go.
And with the stun brought out,
Oh, Fire really playing a dangerous game here. Oh, but he's able to stay alive
Gotta go.
at 85 health. Pushing
Fire
behind the cover. Kayaki's able to start planting right out the gate. Very, very quick spike plant within the first 10 seconds. KOS chooses to push back. Great choice given the fact that you now have your location revealed. Oh, trade off right there. Fire getting a double kill. Ian and KOS going down though. Fire is doing a great job at leading right now.
Last player.
Oh, it's all up to Royals right now. You got to get in there right now. Go
Revealing area.
right now if you want a chance to take it down.
oh no.
It's not going to be enough. He's able to get the pick onto Eudaimonia, but CCNY is now at match point. They just need one more win, but oh my goodness, Boise
point.
State, you guys have been putting up a real good fight, and I don't even know what's happening anymore.
The vision was there with the ult, unfortunately. I think in the moment of time, the heat of the moment, he realized, wait, Neon's going to push me. I have to get this. And then it was like, wait, no, now I can't stop the spike. Oh, no.
It's a 3v1. Things are unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not much you could do in that situation. Can't blame him.
We are going to be running into an ultless round, it seems, unless RetroZone's able to get an early pick off. With that Judge which is still, you know, foreshadowing.
Subtle foreshadowing. Boom.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Unfortunately for Boise State, I mean, if this is the last round, they're not going to have any ultimates to work with. We see them trying to push through market there, just playing this so slowly and carefully. Fire getting hit by the stun, able to find cover just in time. pushing forward slowly. Ian just barely is almost in sight of that camera. So being very careful about it. Both teams are playing this so slowly and so carefully. Ian, oh, you are just barely avoiding that camera. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he's doing it. How is it every single time that Snank looks at that camera, he just completely misses him. I don't know how he's doing it. Ian's pushing forward, even still right there about side A, takes down RetroZune off to a great start, no more judge.
I had to check my iPad real quick.
We see the entirety of the team there at site B.
Still need to get the plant down
there.
here.
The smoke Snank is right there. Kayagi, be careful, even with the stun. Oh, he's starting to plant it. You see KOS is there, watching multiple different angles. The spike gets planted, but Fyra goes down in the process. It's up to KOS and the rest of the team now. Kayagi tries to get some kills. Oh, it's a double on both sides.
Wait.
It's a 2v2. Ian takes on 1970. You just have Unimania.
Unimania is a force to be reckoned with. Approach him appropriately.
Oh, it's only one left. Come on.
Appropriately!
Yeah! Takes it down to 11 points. It is not over for Boise State just yet. 11 to 12.
He's so scary.
Why did you say it like that?
He's so scary.
I'm going to throw my eraser at you. Oh my goodness. This is stressing me out to watch right now.
Every single round, you run into the possibility of Eudaimania just sliding across to the other side of the room.
But
Bink!
that flick, though.
Yeah, that flick, though. It
Guys.
was more than necessary. Keeps him in the game.
But RetroZune. Oh, wait, nope. What's happening? RetroZune has the judge, guys.
It's all right. His market is his territory now.
Well, that's
Do not enter the market. Do not do it.
Well, they're sticking back in the market, so that's a pretty good play right there. Making sure that, you know, even if they do meet Judge won't be able to do much from a distance. Ooh, Fiery might be able to get pick here. RetroZune decides to go in the corner, trying to hit somebody through the wall. You were a little close to RetroZune, but not quite. Once again, playing this so slowly, but that's exactly what they need to do. They cannot risk losing this on this last point. They're getting so unbelievably close.
They're just looking for any sign of anyone on either of these sites so that way they can get a pick off.
Oh, both of them. Oh, good view on the Snack, getting a good shot, taking down the shields. Not enough to take them down, but oh man, those shields being gone might be exactly what they need. Both Cyphers have their ultimates at the ready. Those CCNYs at a slight advantage here, given that RetroZune also has that ultimate.
No, there's RetroZune holding it down with the judge.
Do not, guys, please. Don't go any further. I beg you. Oh no, the smoke.
Oh dear, oh dear. I sense bad things.
Okay, step back. It's okay. We have two different,
Wait, it might not be so bad. Look at what Boise State's been
A.
pulling off.
A out of nowhere. They're spiking the spike in the middle. They're trying to get there as fast as possible.
Clock is ticking.
He gets planted. Big amplifier there, getting there ASAP.
Clock is ticking. Meanwhile, we're going to have both Ian and KOS going to be potentially pushing mid for a flank.
Fire, you got a nice view on the Eudaimonia. Have you play this carefully? Worlds gets taken out by 1970. Panda starts defusing it.
We need every single piece of utility on this man right now.
It goes down. It's just runs.
But there's no time.
It goes down. Flawless win. Boise State
Defenders win.
is taken down, and CCNY wins the game. I am out of breath. Oh my goodness, that was. I was on the edge of my seat there at the end. Man, Boise State had me rolling with those plays there. My goodness. Fantastic plays from both sides, but that does have to go to CCNY.
All around, just like an insane series. I back and forth. There were so many events on both sides, so many key plays and moments. I really thought after seeing all three players just run to that A site while meanwhile everyone was on B, I thought they had that locked in. But unfortunately, CCNY was prepared for that. They had almost every single player pushing down through short there, and they were just able to clear out everything in their sight.
Yeah, Boise State struggled the first round, may come back second round, got real close in the third, but it was not close enough, and CCNY takes that game. And that is going to be all it is for today. Fantastic Valorant playing from both teams there tonight. CCNY, congratulations on the win. Boise State, so very proud of you guys. You put up a great fight, give us a lot of great entertainment. But that'll be all for us, and I hope the rest of you out there watching have a wonderful night.